Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is Superman 2025. Same theme song, new Superman.
Yeah. God, that music
It's so
is
good.
iconic.
Jean Williams, what a man.
Truly.
What a man. We went on a date once and he tipped. Turned me on.
You went on a date with him?
With John Williams, yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, we met on Hinge.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, John Williams, big on Hinge.
Yeah, I'm sure. You use Hinge?
Yep, you know me.
I'm like, of all the things.
I am definitely currently on Hinge.
Yeah, that's what we're calling it now. Sup, Chad? How we doing? We're here to talk about Superman.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in chat saying hello, but I'm not sticking around because I haven't seen the movie yet. And this is a live spoiler chat. If you want to see our non-spoiler review, one of our most viewed, like, pure review, non-spoiler reviews ever.
Yeah,
We have
which
some
is
spoiler
nice.
chats that have done well, but non-spoiler reviews usually don't do well for us. But the non-spoiler review for this movie actually got some views, so thank you. But go check that out.
Appreciate you watching it.
But instead be here. Blue is going to... I haven't seen the movie, but I'm still going to stick around. Blue, you are a mad lad.
Yeah, I mean, Blue, it, like, doesn't read the book club books anymore. They're here for the ride.
Yeah, I think Blue just doesn't read Sanderson.
Maybe.
But
I can't
because I'm pretty sure, because Blue read Wheel of Time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some people in our community that, like, don't love Sanderson, so.
Arzu has a great review here. Superman was super, and Mr. Terrific was terrific.
And also fantastic.
According to Clarus, Mr. Fantastic was in the movie. Pedro Pascal. Spoiler for the film for those of you who haven't seen it, but Mr. Fantastic made an appearance.
Yeah, crazy. Wild. What a crossover.
Yeah, Superman is directed by James Gunn. It is the kickoff, kind of, to the DCU. People keep saying it is like the beginning of the DCU, but it also isn't, because
it not?
Creature Commandos was kind of the kickoff in a weird way.
Oh, was that a show?
Yeah, Creature Commandos came out last year. I want to react to it, actually. I have all the episodes ready to go. But yeah, it's this interesting DCU conversation that has started because an animated show came first. That people keep calling this the kickoff, and I'm like, well, technically the DCU is ongoing, because not only did Creature Commandos kick it off, but Peacemaker Season 2 is making Peacemaker Season 1 part of the DCU.
Yeah, and so technically it would be Peacemaker then. Because that was 2 years ago.
But Peacemaker has DCEU stuff in it with the Justice League at the end, and it's just like it's just sort of a weird situation where I don't
What a time.
I just don't think that any movie universe has ever been launched in a less clean fashion than this.
That is probably true.
Like, can you name another universe of filmmaking, right? Where the first film is not an origin story for the main character in it, isn't even the first film in the franchise, and they're keeping some vestiges of a previous franchise? You kind of can't, right?
It's unique.
It's not a clean break. And I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
And I think that, if I'm being completely honest, it's to the credit of the DCU that it is not going to be as hamstrung by the idea of, like, this leads to this, leads to this, leads to this, which I think bogs down the MCU at times.
Yes.
It's going to be, these are movies that take place in the same universe, but maybe they don't always have to always be connected all the time.
And I am A-okay with that.
I am as well.
As much as this movie had, I will say that this movie definitely had a lot of connections to either to the already existing, like, DC universe, or the potential, like, DC universe. It's the first time we've seen some characters, but definitely not all of them. If you're here, this is full spoilers.
Yeah.
There are
Full
cameos of people that I wasn't expecting, to be honest.
Who did you not expect?
Peacemaker?
Oh, I expected that one.
Yeah, okay, sure.
Well, because we've seen the trailer where Green Lantern where Guy Gardner and Hawkgirl are in Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I think the way that they're seeding those cameos, Peacemaker just shows up for the one little television interview.
Yeah. Yeah, literally has 2 lines. You know what I mean? Like, it's not,
And it continues the joke from season 1 of him, like, his jealousy towards superheroes that are more popular than he is.
Yeah.
And so even within that, he was consistent with this first season of Peacemaker.
That's true.
That one I expected. I thought he would show up at some point.
Yeah. Peacemaker season 2 is not out yet, so that's why I haven't seen it.
So yeah, Peacemaker season 2 comes out in like August.
Soon, very soon.
I think it's August.
It's definitely coming up pretty quick.
So yeah, no one's seen it yet except for like James Gunn's.
If you had seen it, I would be impressed, and I would ask you to invite me. So.
So yeah, Peacemaker season 2 will be coming, but Peacemaker's in the movie. I think the cameo that is actually a surprise in the film is Bradley Cooper.
But that's not a character cameo. That's just like full, like, we're just gonna get like this A-list actor to do basically 10 minutes of work. Like
that is the most Superman thing to do, though.
I guess.
Well, no, not I guess. It is. Because who is Jor-El in the first Superman movie? Brando. Right? Who is, like, there's this weird thing in these Superman movies where I think in every single Superman movie now, in their first movie, the actor who plays Jor-El is always significantly more famous than the person who plays Superman.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because it's not Kevin Costner in... Oh my God! It's Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe at the time way more famous
than Henry Cavill.
Yeah,
right? That is fair.
And so it is interesting that we're keeping with this trend of every Superman movie starts with Jor-El being this very famous actor. And yeah, so I guess
that was very funny.
Kind of go through the movie in order from the top. We've seen it twice.
Yeah.
We have seen the movie 2 times. Before we get into like the direction of it, Clarence, how did the second viewing change your feelings from our non-spoiler chat to now?
Honestly, not by much. I enjoyed the movie just as much the first time as I did the second time. I think that the flaws were a little more apparent in the second viewing, but at the same time, I think that the positives were just as reinforced in that second viewing as well.
Yeah.
So it didn't actually move the needle for me at all. The good stuff was still good, and the less good stuff was still less good.
Yeah, I think for me the flaws are very obvious, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like
it's not a 10 out of 10 movie, but it's like a 10 out of 10 enjoyment.
Yeah.
You know?
It really is. It evokes a time where it evokes a kind of blockbuster filmmaking where the ride is so worth it. The movie's allowed to kind of squeak by on some of the stuff that I usually nitpick in other things.
Yeah.
But because it is so earnest, I don't mind them nearly as much as I do in other properties.
Yes.
Right? There's a lot of things this movie does that if Man of Steel did would drive me crazy. But because of the tone of the film, I was far more comfortable with them than I would have been in Man of Steel doing it, right?
Yeah.
Man of Steel, I think, in a way, has a tighter narrative. And fewer what I would call like significant plot holes. Whereas this movie has some weird plot holes.
Sure.
And I prefer this film because I actually enjoy watching it significantly more.
Yeah, and I think that this movie does a fantastic job of convincing the audience to buy in, right? Jason, thank you for that super chat. Let's freaking go. Regarding the Hazael change real quick, typing before y'all weigh in, but it's a big gripe for a lot of folks.
Yep.
What they do in this isn't that big of a change. Lara said something similar in Donner 78, not as harsh though.
No,
we talked
I
about
agree
this.
with that, yeah.
Yeah, we obviously not on camera because that would have been spoilers. But yeah, we had a chat about this, and I think you said it was more interesting that with his mother than his biological father.
Well, Jason Marbach is not done with the super chat yet. Part 2 of the super chat coming in hot.
Yo, thank you.
It's been covered in Superman 78 comics too. It's a choice, but it's one meant to heighten the power of Clark choosing his humanity over his Kryptonian heritage. Much love. Thank you so much, Jason.
Yeah.
That is incredibly kind.
Yeah, seriously.
For the super chat. Before we get into answering what you just said there, Scuff Andy, thank you for dropping 10 dang nerdy nightly gifted membos.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the Nargs of the Nerd Table, to all of you Nargs.
Appreciate you guys.
Thank Scuff Andy for that incredibly generous gift. Yeah, so the change to the speech.
Yeah.
To get to it, let's start with this.
I mean, yeah, it's not that far in the movie anyway. So
at the beginning of the movie, Superman crashes. It's the scene from the trailer that we covered,
where Krypto beats the shit out of Superman
and then drags his near lifeless corpse back to the thing. We had said, like, why is this what they're using to promote the movie? It's because it's the beginning of
opening
the movie.
Scene. And I'm like, okay.
We'll talk about the crawl at the beginning in a second, but I want to get to the super chat first. And
absolutely.
We get into the Fortress of Solitude, beautifully rendered. I love the look of it. There is a weird hominess to it. It felt a little bit like what if the Batcave had sunlight to me in a way that I actually really liked.
Yeah.
And number 4, played by K2SO, is like, I put on your parents' message if he finds it soothing, which he's saying to number 12.
Yes.
And who apparently is like Palm Clementia. Apparently all those robots are voiced by different, like, you know, James Gunn actors.
Oh, that's fun.
And
so where was his wife then?
She's in this universe already.
Fair. Yeah, I guess
she has a whole TV show coming out in August. So the message is basically like, we love you, son. We're sending you to Earth because it's where you can do the most good.
Yeah.
And it glitches.
Yeah.
Turns out that the engineer later on can fix that for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
And the rest of the message is...
Wait, she voiced Superbot number 22
Oh, she voiced 22 at the end, not number 12.
Hell yeah.
I knew it was her, and there's someone else. Someone voices 12 that's another, like, actor that's in a lot of his stuff.
Yeah, that's funny.
The rest of the message is... fuck bitches, get money, rule over the planet.
Pretty much, yeah. Destroy anyone who stands in your way is the vibe, and get laid.
And honestly, like, yeah, it's like a change. Mm-hmm. It is a change for Superman. Mm-hmm. In most comics, Jor-El is treated.
Sorry, Threk was saying you were right about 12, and that James Gunn's wife is number 22.
Oh, so he did get her in there.
Yeah. I was like, he's gotta, right? Yeah. Anyways, aside.
Yeah, so I could talk about the message for an hour. I legitimately could do an hour on the message alone.
I think it's a great place to start because it has been so divisive, but
It has been divisive, but it also is like just the plot line of this alone littered with plot holes to me. That some of the clunkiest dialogue is in relation to the engineer getting
the message,
and then Mr. Terrific later on in the movie when he's like, these guys, they're the best guys.
I
know these IT guys, Clark. Hey. They wouldn't lie about this, and I'm like, but why would they know? Like one of the biggest plot holes.
It is technology from another planet.
Why? How do they interact with it?
Yeah,
it's not like it can't be an MP4.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Like it's a HEIC, you know what I mean? But like the video version.
When the American when Frank Grillo and the other like senator walk into the room, they're talking to Lex, and he's like, yeah, the video's legit. And I'm like, based on what is the file format that these American IT people know well enough to judge whether or not this has been hacked or not?
That it is a great question, and it is one of those things that plot wise I think is a little loosey goosey.
100%.
But I think in terms of the character of Superman, it makes him so much more interesting, and it makes his choices mean more, right? And it really enforces the idea 100%. That how you are raised is more important than your birth parents.
Well, and this gets into how, because of the tone the movie takes with it, I don't give a shit about the plot hole. I bring it up now because I think it's funny. Like,
it's funny to laugh at it, but I enjoy it in service of the characters
and in service of the theme of the movie.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
The movie does a really good job of being like, this isn't gonna be the most sensical thing in the world.
Yeah.
But in service of the theme, this is what we're doing. And it does that so often that I think that the movie is a lot stronger for it, even though people who want to attack this movie for being not Snyder Superman will be able to use stuff like that in their arguments about it. And I'm going to go like, you know what? You're right. The movie's still fun. Enjoy life. Like, touch grass. You're never going to get more Snyder movies. This is what you're going to get. Either don't go see it or have some fun.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Like, I'm not saying you have to like it. I'm just saying that, like, the vitriol I'm seeing towards it already online is wild.
Yeah. I do want to say, Jason, don't worry. We appreciate your super chats very much. But you're saying that from their perspective, they're saying, son, live in luxury, comfort, and rebuild the species, which sounds terrible to humans as it should, but...
I mean, she does say, take many wives.
And she does. And here's my other big question. Now we're getting into some, like, nitty gritty. How trustworthy is the translation? Well, when you say lord over the people, does that mean the same thing that it means in English?
Well, and it gets into something that is
Or maybe it's find a lot of people to love and build yourself a family that you can be proud of.
Sure. I understand what you're saying with that. It is the funny thing to me of... in the movie, in order for the scene to not take forever, they steal the message mid-fight.
Yeah.
And then they get it to all the IT people and to linguists. Those linguists manage to crack the language.
In the middle of this fight.
No one on the planet speaks Kryptonian.
Yes.
Except potentially Kal-El. But we don't even know that he actually does.
Yeah, that's a good point.
His robots can crack the language. And so, like, the idea that there are humans who are able to, like, hear the message and decipher what the words mean.
Within like, 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Because they get it hilarious. To the news. Luther already has his interview. But, like, so Luther...
A weird amount of time has to have passed.
Yeah, Luther sets up this fight. And while Kal-El is fighting, goes to take the message, and still in the middle of that fight, gets himself an interview, cracks the code, translates it.
No, after the translations... So, between getting the code and the interview, he has to have gotten the video to all these IT professionals, cracked the language, gotten linguists to agree on what the language is.
And also that the footage is not doctored.
He also has to... And look, I understand that he has, like, the pocket universe to get around, and that explains the, like, motion of it.
Yeah.
But even at the beginning of the movie, this is sounding like we're just ragging on. I love this movie. I'm only, like, these are just funny bits.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the movie, the engineer is at the North Pole, or in Antarctica, I mean, and Ultraman, who is in Metropolis, in the Bravia, he beats the shit out of Superman in the Bravia costume. He flies 10 kilometers south to a beach. Goes through a boom tube. It's not a boom tube. I know it's not a boom tube. At the beginning of the movie, I thought it was boom tubes, and I was like, holy shit, we're already doing Darkseid? That's crazy.
Oh, interesting. Because you were like, oh, and I was like, I get it.
Because, well, the movie started, we're like 10 minutes into the movie, and the fucking hammer of Bravia walked through a boom tube, and I was like, we are already at Apocalypse? We have Apocalypse level tech in the first Superman movie? What the fuck's going on? No, it's Pocket Dimension, it's Lex tech. But he walks to the boom tube to walk into the thing that's into the Lex Luthor sort of suspended tower bridge thing. And then the engineer flies and lands on the ceiling and, like, climbs in through a hatch. And I was like, you're telling me then in the time it took him to fly 10 kilometers south, she flew all the way from Antarctica to here and landed on the roof of this building, and nobody noticed? No one noticed a woman with a jetpack flying across Metropolis and landing on Lex's tower?
And these are the logistical things that are, like, funny to laugh at. But while I was watching this movie... did not give a shit. I was, like, fully bought in. And so, you know, they're fun to, like... giggle about.
But this is my point, that, like, the Silver Age tone of this movie meant that as these things were happening, I was like, it's wild she flew all the way there. Why didn't she just go through a different boom tube?
Whatever you say. I'm sold. I'm here. I'm in for it.
It just cracked me up. And like, the thing is, I'm having a good time. So it didn't bother me genuinely at all. There's just some things like that. Well, let me get to my nitpicks. Let me just go, like, there's a bunch of weird nitpicks I want to go through, and then we'll get to the good stuff.
Before that, I just want to say, Jason, just to make sure that we've, like, touched on your super chat, I think that we both definitely agree with you that this choice is in service of the characters and the themes. And that's why, like, it works for us, even though you said, like, there are versions where his dad is maybe a little more... if you were bloodthirsty, but, like, his mom never is, and so...
His mom is rarely... Kal-El's mom is usually never treated as being... Because...
authoritarian.
Well, but here's the thing. because Jonathan Kent is the one that dies.
Yeah.
And not dead in this movie, which I thought was a really interesting choice.
Yeah. Not dead yet.
Well, yeah. Because Jonathan Kent is the one that dies in Superman lore to like change Clark, because he's the one, his heart attack is how Clark realizes that he can't actually save everything.
Yep.
And that there is a limit even to being Superman, which is great. A great lesson for him to learn. This movie does not make him learn that, but it's a great lesson for him to learn.
It's a good future lesson. You know, like there are multiple lessons that Superman can learn.
But because of that moment with Jonathan Kent, in most Superman lore, Superman's father is, the biological father, Jor-El, is usually the one that's given more of a personality. Because in raising Superman, the difference between Jonathan Kent and Jor-El is usually the framing device that they use. Yeah. And less so on Martha versus, I didn't even know his mom's name.
I actually believe that Jason told us. In the Lara
L. Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I think so.
Lara is not usually given the level of personification in these stories as Jor-El is.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
That's just sort of tradition. And so in these, I actually thought that the actress who played Lara L in this, who apparently is like really good in a TV show that we haven't seen, I thought it was interesting that she was kind of placed on the same level as Jor-El, because I haven't seen that done in much Superman media before. Yeah. And so I actually really liked that. I liked that they were presented, instead of it being Jor-El's message to his son, which is what it usually is, this being Jor-El and Lara L's message to their son, and they're in lockstep together on it, I think it was actually a really strong choice. Yeah. I thought it was beautifully done. And there is a horror to what they're saying.
But again, how much of it is translation?
But there's also a practicality to it, right? Like,
100%.
You are the last son of Krypton. Sow some seed. You know what I mean? Plow some verdant fields.
Take some wives.
Yeah. Like, the rule over them and, like, you know, kill anyone who opposes you is a bit much. But
yeah, and that's I think where the distinction truly lies, is lord over them can be maybe a misinterpretation, but to get rid of anyone that stands in your way is a little more violent and bloodthirsty.
Apparently she's great in Westworld.
Yeah. Okay,
which I've seen part of season 1 of, but I have not seen the whole show.
Have not seen
I don't remember her in it. I think I've only seen the first half of season 1. Yeah. Interesting. The message is a lot, but like there's just a part of me that's like, they might be a polygamous culture. So take many wives might not be weird to them.
100%. Yeah.
That might be a part of it. At the same time, it doesn't. Here's what's interesting about it and why I like it so much. Even though I did find the translator sounded clunky in a way that I loved. Like, there's something about like someone reading a translation where you're like, there's no way that that's what they're actually saying. Yeah. You've translated it and dumbed it down.
Yeah.
But
that's what I mean. Things are lost in translation. Like, your sister Mira, when they were streaming Zelda games, and live translating it from the actual Japanese, there are so many things that are different, that mean something either a little bit different or a lot of bit different. Yeah. Just because of how language works, right?
Yeah, 100%. So the reason why I like the message is because it allows for, we'll get to the Kents later, but the incredible Pa Kent and Clark scene from the farm later on. Yeah. Let's start with the crawl though. Let's get to the crawl, because the opening of the crawl is Clarice thinks it's 3,000 years ago, but it's 3 centuries ago.
Yeah, I can't read. It's fine.
The world had its first metahumans. Right. 3 centuries ago is what? Why 3 centuries? And I get it, because it's 3 centuries, 3 years, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, 3 minutes. 100%. I get the gag of it, but 3 centuries ago is
the 1700s.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what movie are we gonna get set in the 1700s?
I don't know.
Because I'm actually like super here for that.
Because like taking Wonder Woman even farther back than World War I is interesting. Yeah. Because they're like, well, we did Wonder Woman in World War I. Yeah. We did Wonder Woman in the 70s.
Yeah. What big historical event could be like DCU-ified from the 1700s?
Yeah. But so like 1725, we got our first superhero. And then 30 years ago, Clark gets sent to Earth. So this Superman is 30-ish.
Yeah.
A little bit younger than Henry Cavill's Superman.
Yeah.
In Man of Steel. And then 3 years ago, Clark announces himself as Superman at 27, which is really interesting to me. Because in a world where metahumans have been around for 300 years, why is Clark holding off until his late 20s to come out of the superhero closet? You know what I mean? What's he doing between like 18 and 27?
Yeah.
It's an interesting question, right?
Maybe he got a degree.
Scuffandy says this universe has a golden age. What?
This universe does?
Yeah, this universe has a golden age. What's going on?
Nah, I'm
okay.
just double checking something.
Yeah, the USA became a country in the 1700s. I would fucking love if the beginning of metahumans, the DCU, sorry, is fighting the Revolutionary War against the British.
It's actually Alexander Hamilton. And we get Hamilton the musical, but with metahumans.
But it is played by Lin-Manuel.
Oh my god. Incredible. I'm rewatching House right now.
How did an alien orphan son of Jarrell and Alara
Oh, wow.
somehow come down and be a super fella? Yeah, so 300 years ago, 30 years ago. So Clark announces himself at 27, which is an interesting timeline. Later than some Supermen, earlier than Henry Cavill's.
Yep.
Don't know what's going on there, but I'm sure we will get that filled in the future.
It leaves room if they want to like go back in time and maybe tell a story where he hasn't revealed himself yet, and keeping that secret and how it is different then versus now. Yeah.
For sure. Nico says there is a big plot hole in Superman. Why couldn't Superman, with his X-ray vision, see Ultraman hammer Baravia's face instead of being surprised by seeing his face? He should have known way before. Superman can't see through lead. And so any form of like lead lining in the Hammer of Baravia costume would mean that he couldn't see through it. And so I would assume that that's why immediately on the outset, his inability to see through lead is pretty well known in the comics.
Yeah, it also, and this might be this version of the movie thing, it felt like Superman has to like activate his X-ray vision.
He always does.
Okay, so he does.
He doesn't just have X-ray vision all the time.
Yeah, okay, because I was like, oh, he has to like deliberately try and see through the kaiju.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it like based on what Hammer Baravia is wearing, there being lead in there would make sense. Like,
yeah.
Either the padded suit underneath, like that kind of looked thick. Like,
I think both.
Yeah, maybe both.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't see through when it's just the fabric when they're fighting, right? They have a whole fight before the mask comes off.
Yeah.
Right?
So we get through the crawl. Superman gets blasted into the ice. Krypto saves him, and we get into the message.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta ask, what do you think of number 4? Do you think that Alan Tudyk did enough to make him not K2SO?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, K2SO feels very sarcastic.
Yeah, and you didn't get that when he's like, so does Gary.
I did in that moment, yes. The rest of it feels very like...
Maybe one day you'll give me a name. 4's a name.
Look, here's the thing. I love K2SO, so I'm not mad at it. Like...
Oh, I'm not mad at it either. I was just kind of like... Alan Tudyk was like...
He's a type. He's typecast, right?
Yes, but Alan Tudyk usually isn't. The thing about Alan Tudyk is he's like... He's Hey the chicken from fucking Moana. You know what I mean? His voice acting stretches.
Yeah.
And this time I was like... He was like, you know what? I already have the voice for this. I'm just going to use that.
Yeah.
I'm just... You know what? I don't need to create something new.
Which, honestly, fair. Get your bag. Make your bag. You know? Like...
It was fun. I liked 4 a lot. Honestly, yeah. I was kind of hoping he was going to be a part of the final fight or something. But after the second scene with him, I was like, oh shit. The one thing I didn't get is why he was stabbing himself with a screwdriver after the engineer attacked him.
Oh, I think he was just malfunctioning. Like I was assuming that he kind of like did not have control over his faculties.
Maybe he had like started that process to stop her from being able to like get information out of him or something.
Well, so it was brought up in the chat that perhaps that the engineer was able to get how to translate Kryptonian from one of the robots, because the robots can speak it. But human
linguists can also just do that in like 20 minutes. So
apparently, but
so he was hacked by the engineer. That must be it. It literally doesn't matter at all. Yeah. It was like I was like, why is he doing specifically that?
So he can have a little thing at the end.
So that we find out that in the opening crawl, it ends with 3 minutes ago, Superman lost a fight for the first time because 3 weeks ago, he went to the border of Baravia and Jarhanpur and he ended a war before it began by being like, nuh-uh, to Baravia.
No.
We find out later that he actually broke a bunch of tanks and planes and also maybe tortured and kidnapped and attacked the Prime Minister of Baravia. Shoving someone into a cactus.
He held him against a cactus.
Yeah. Which hurts. Have you ever been pricked by a cactus? It's not fun.
Yeah, but if you're like holding them there so that they don't move, then they're the ones pricking themselves if they move.
Nope. That's not. I want to be really clear because of the Geneva Convention that despite the fact that Canadians can be menaces in war, I don't agree with you. But Superman gets up. He's like 83% healed after a blast of sunlight. And he's like, boom, time to go back and fight the Hammer of Baravia again. We get into this. We learn that Superman has been Superman for 3 years.
Yeah.
However, never met Lex Luthor before.
Nope.
But he has been examined by Lex Luthor because the Hammer of Baravia is actually just Ultraman in a suit.
Yes.
That
is run by a video game.
Either controls.
Yeah.
Here's what I didn't get about that. Okay, just to like get into the Ultraman of it all really quick.
Yeah.
I don't think I knew fully if they were controlling the suit with the codes or if the Hammer of Baravia or if Ultraman knew what the codes meant and they were just telling him the codes.
So I think that Lex Luthor says that like this clone is even stupider than you are. So I am a little bit confused to that.
Because he was able to fight without commands.
Exactly. It's not that he is incapable of fighting or defending himself without being told what to do. So it must be him hearing it being relayed to him somehow, and him executing it.
Okay.
I think.
Because the thing about the ending fight that I found interesting was that Ultraman... So after Krypto breaks the little robots, Ultraman still wins against Clark without the codes.
Yeah, because he is still capable of fighting, but he's just less... He's able to anticipate not as well, because Lex is actually the one that studied Superman and knows how he fights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that somewhat. The Ultraman is to me the least consistent part of the movie.
Oh, okay.
In a way that I don't like, partially because he is a clone of Clark Kent and possibly some Lex Luthor DNA, which is just Connor's origin story. Superboy is the original Superboy is a clone of Clark Kent with some of Lex Luthor's DNA in him.
Oh, interesting. Well, he fell into a black hole, so I don't think he's coming back.
Yes, but here's where the one thing about this that I don't love is that Ultraman is a clone that's sort of a slave, and
he does
this
not
version of Superman felt like he should have tried to save him, and instead treated him very much like a robot in a way that I was surprised by.
Okay.
This Superman showed so much empathy for absolutely everyone, except for a clone of himself.
Interesting. I thought it was because, like, Ultraman doesn't have consciousness.
But when the robots get turned off, he's still functioning.
Yeah, I mean, he's still programmed to fight, right? Like, he can fight and be violent, but he never speaks a word. And so I genuinely thought that he was just like a meat husk.
Scott Vandy, think about Super Chat. I think
Vandy, thank you.
Ultraman punching the dog would have shown us that he is more than just a tool taking orders. Yeah, I heard that there's a deleted scene of him punching the dog. That's why apparently all the test screenings, it got like
I would imagine.
And so it got taken out.
Yeah, that's always really risky to put in anything.
And maybe
like there are people who won't play Last of Us.
I think that the Ultraman thing might have worked for me. Ultraman works for me throughout the whole movie. Someone asked why isn't he wearing the suit in the end? It's because Lex doesn't want to admit that the Hammer of Baravia was him.
Yes.
So the Hammer of Baravia suit was just a ploy for the one part of the movie that Lex didn't need anymore after that.
Yeah.
But for me, like, if Soups had been sad to see him go into the black hole, like, it was necessary, but
had a moment.
But it's followed up by Mr. Terrific being like, hey, stop playing around. And then he's like, I'm not playing around. I'm doing important stuff. There's a joke right after.
Yeah.
And he just there's no empathy for the fact that this clone that was born into this world to just be this hateful machine was killed.
Yeah.
It's the only moment in the whole film where empathy is lacking from Superman.
Yeah. And
I just wish that it wasn't. Because immediately when they get to the fight, in the, like, with the Comic-Con standees, and Clark is talking to Lex, and Lex is talking through the suit, Clark so quickly ignores that there's a clone there and is just having the conversation with Lex.
Yeah. And
I wish that Clark had at least at one time in the movie tried to reach out to the clone. Because he does to the engineer. Right? He does in the field. He does try to give the engineer the chance to stop doing what she's doing.
Yeah.
He never treats Ultraman the same way. It's even after Ultraman's face is revealed.
Yeah.
And I understand that, like, seeing a clone of yourself would be weird. And maybe he just doesn't want a clone of himself to exist because that's like a strange, like,
how do you answer for that?
The movie just sort of was like, we're not going to address this at all. Clark doesn't care about this person, and that person's dead, so we won't have to address it in the future. And it was just one small moment of empathy that was lacking for me.
Yeah, it's so
he has more empathy for the kaiju.
Yeah. No, I agree 100%. I just, like, while I was sitting there watching the movie, I feel like, and this is me personally, I'm not saying that you're wrong at all, but while I was watching the movie, I didn't think that Ultraman was actually a person, and I think that that's that was intentional on the movie's part. But I genuinely just thought that it was like a flesh puppet, but the thing is, the movie
acts
doesn't
independently too much.
What do you mean acts independently? It doesn't do anything that Luthor doesn't tell him to do.
Well, I mean, it does after the cameras are turned off.
It doesn't matter. He's still programmed to fight. Like, it is weird that it isn't really clarified one way or the other whether this creature, this clone, like whoever it is, has any ability to think for itself. I
think one of the reasons why it's particularly weird for me, and maybe for people who are very familiar with Superman lore, is because this is such a Superboy introduction moment that in the theater, when the mask came off, I was like, yes, we are doing Connor. Yeah. Like, this is going to be Connor Kent. I was like, oh, we're just starting with Superboy existing in the universe. Yeah. And so when he died later on without any sort of anything, I was like, wait, no, you can't just kill Connor. It's sort of like when is it Batman v Superman? Or is it Man of Steel? No, I think it's Batman v Superman. When they kill off Jimmy because he's a CIA operative photographer or whatever. And you're like, well, actually, I would love for Jimmy to be part of this universe. Jimmy's a great character. Oh. Yeah. Buster Barnes says Connor Kent doesn't look exactly like Superman. I know, but this version of Clark doesn't look like him. He looks like Anakin Skywalker. Yeah. When Ultraman gets the head taken off, I was like, oh, hey, it's episode 3 Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. Yeah.
They never said he had Lex's DNA. No, I know they didn't. I wish.
You just got excited.
I just wish there was a moment where Superman realized there was nothing going on behind the eyes
before throwing him into a black hole.
Yeah, just any moment where, like, when they're in the Comic-Con standees, he could have been like, Lex, shut up. Hey, you don't have to do what he says. And then give Superman a moment where he tries to connect with the clone and then realizes that the clone isn't a real person. And then the rest of the movie would be a little bit stronger to me.
Yeah.
But because you never set up that the clone isn't a person.
Yeah.
It's just a weird divide there for me.
Yeah, I think that some of those details are kind of lost because James Gunn wanted to do so much with this movie. Like, this movie does not stop, right? Like, there is, it is relentless in a way that I enjoyed. I thought that it flew by, but I definitely do think that it had a lot going on, which didn't allow it to really get into the details like
all the
that.
time. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that. So back at the beginning. Oh, we just skipped all the way to the end. Now back to the beginning. So Superman goes and fights the Hammer of Baravia, gets his ass kicked again because Lex knows all of his moves and has
Chat doesn't trust the black holes, which is fair. He might come back.
Well, I mean, it's the exact way that Loki dies at the end of Thor. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it is the...
Well, yeah. We'll probably see him again.
Yeah, someone brought up Bizarro. If he became Bizarro, that would be interesting.
Sure.
But, one of the things that I think James Gunn did a good job of was making the Lex giving the command scenes have a little bit of energy. It's not just people sitting at computers. Some of the shots of the guys in the background of those scenes being like, yeah, when they're not doing anything is because they're just flying the cameras.
Hilarious.
Like,
hilarious.
But they're acting like they're doing the punches, but they're actually, if you're paying attention to what's going on, they're flying the cameras. Going, get them.
They are like, they are so pleased to be there. You know what I mean? They're just happy to be included at this point, and it cracked me up. I was like, oh, I know people like that. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, oh, uh-huh.
But I also appreciate, there's a blonde, like, Ukrainian woman.
Yeah. Or I thought she was Baravian.
Maybe she's Baravian.
Yeah, because she's the one who calls... That would explain
why she's there.
Yeah.
Because she's like the...
She's the one who calls the prime minister and is like, yeah, Superman, we got him.
She's the culture, like... Because I like that they set up that there's someone in the control room who has no fucking clue what's going on. Because she's like... It's like he knows everything Superman's going to do.
Yeah, and the guy's like, he does. He was studying it for 3 years. Yeah. The mustache?
Yeah. The absolute queer of a man.
He looks like a superhero that I've seen before, and I can't remember. Like, his face with the mustache and the square glasses looks like something I've seen before. And
he looks like a lot of men I've danced with at the Ritz.
Sure. There you go.
Yeah, he might be my favorite person on Team Lex. He was so funny to me. Later on in the movie, his line of like, I don't know where we're gonna land if there's no planet.
Yeah. That was very funny. It was an aside that kind of felt out of nowhere, but I fucking snorted.
I just love that he was so sassy, and clearly he's so brilliant that Lex has to keep him around.
Yeah.
But he's just, and there's like scenes where he's just like in the background, and you can just see him, like he's got his hands on his hips. And he's like, just like fucking mean mugging whoever's talking.
Yeah, it was great.
I'm like, whatever happens in the future of this universe, he has to come back. He's awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that girl, I was almost positive was like Baravian and Baravian and his connection to Baravian, the prime minister.
It would make sense.
She was the one relaying the information.
It would make sense. It was, there's a few moments in the beginning of this movie where there is a woman present whose job it is for another character to
get exposition from. Yeah.
12 in the first Superman scene
is
the new robot so that 4 can like exposit a bunch of shit
about the message and stuff. Yeah.
She's in Lex Luthor's, the woman in Lex Luthor's camp who's like, why are we doing this? It's like, well, because Superman's a bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he gets his shit rocked. This falafel guy, Molly, comes and helps him out. Molly's the best.
Yeah.
Molly nearly gets hit by traffic. My favorite...
or Molly?
Was his name Molly?
Malik.
Oh, Malik?
Maybe? I think so, yeah.
My favorite thing about him is that he leaves his stall and he's like, hey, can you watch? Like,
as if something's...
These two superpowers are fighting. And he's like, someone might steal my falafel, but I gotta go help Superman.
Yeah.
And Lex captures his face.
Huh?
Lex's computer captures his face and he's like, we got him.
Yeah, I think they're just looking for anyone that Superman would recognize as like having helped him out so that they can use those people against him later.
Sure, but even that guy, Malik's like, hey, Superman, you ate my food one time.
Yeah.
And Lex is like, we're going to kill that motherfucker in front of Superman.
Yeah. Anyone who's on Superman's side, they choose him, they die.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So the Hammer of Baravia flies away because we cut back to the North Pole or the South Pole. It's Antarctica, so the South Pole. And the engineer has found the Fortress of Solitude. The engineer is in the movie. Great power set. Really bad dialogue.
I'm not gonna lie. She was unfortunately my least favorite part of the movie.
Yeah.
We don't need to really get into it that much. I thought she was kind of just a plot device with bad dialogue.
Her line, when they go back...
Her powers looked cool.
The CGI looks great.
And that's kind of all she is.
Why she's doing what she's doing? No idea. Her line before she hacks the computer.
I know, Lex. I had to give up my humanity to kill Superman.
I gave up my humanity for this too, or something. That line delivery was not good. It's also just like so. I am now going to announce my intention because this is the only line I get in the movie.
Yeah,
and it's clunky.
Yeah.
And Lex has a clunky ass line right before it too. Like there are a few moments in this movie where Lex Luthor and the bad guys just straight up say, I am feeling this and this is why I am doing this.
Yeah.
And none of them are great. I think Nicholas Hoult acts the shit out of them at least.
Yes, he has bad lines that I did not notice were bad lines because he's fucking incredible. Like genuinely, I bought into him from the very beginning. His energy, his like overwhelming jealousy that he like and that he is also aware of because he's a very smart person, right? He understands why he does what he's doing. He does not give a fuck.
No,
right?
Not at all.
He so believes that he is absolutely righteous in this. I thought he did it. I thought he was incredible, but there's definitely some like subpar dialogue throughout the movie.
But only among Lex people. I didn't find
none of the Superman dialogue.
None of the Superman dialogue. None of all the Lois Lane dialogue was great. I only found some of the clunkiness in the bad guys.
Yeah, I thought, like portray information that we didn't have any other way of getting to the audience.
Yeah, but for me, like the engineer stuff isn't enough. Like she was former special ops, and she gave up her humanity for this. But like that's literally all we learn about her.
Yeah.
In the whole movie.
Yeah.
Is that she's former special ops. She has nanotech, and she gave up her humanity for this mission.
Yeah.
And I just like. She's important enough to the final fight, and she's a cool visual enough that I would have just loved to have gotten just a little bit more about her.
Yeah.
Especially because Ultraman is also sort of like a faceless, speechless villain.
Yeah.
That would have been nice for one of the two people Superman's punching for me to know why they're there.
Yes. Yeah.
Personally. Buster Barnes says, is that to make it more like a comic book or maybe to appeal to a younger audience? I don't think so. I think it's just that he didn't want to give any more time to it.
Yeah. I think they were like, we have no time in this movie to do anything more, and so we're going to move on real fast.
Which they do. So Superman gets out of the hole, and we cut to... There's a long celebration scene in Lex's tower. With a great musical, it's like boom, ding, 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 and they're like, yeah, and we get to go through the boom tubes for the first time. I lost my mind until I found out that they weren't boom tubes. Lex has a pocket universe that he has created,
where he keeps his ex-girlfriends.
It is his Minecraft server.
Yeah,
because everything there is super blocky.
Yeah. He's got
it's just the nether.
He's got the rage bait monkeys that are just
we don't meet them till later, but yeah, he's got an army of monkeys that are tweeting.
Yeah.
Okay,
Too real.
No, I want to go in order. I don't want to skip ahead. Okay, so we find out that Lex is working with Bravia, and all of this is a ploy. We'll get into more later. Next day at the Daily Planet, Clark has written an article where he interviewed himself.
Yeah, love
It's on
that
the front
for him.
page, and Lois gives him shit about it.
Yeah.
At this point, they've been together for months, and so Clark thinks that she's like needling him so people don't think they're dating.
He's
and
like,
she's
hey, good one.
Genuinely, she's like, yeah, great interview.
Yeah.
Everyone hates his writing, though.
No, not everybody. The blonde girl.
Kat wants to fuck him.
Oh.
Right?
I thought the only guy who ate it was the asshole sports guy who, like, asks him if his parents are cooking up roadkill. Like, I thought that everyone else was, like, cool with it. And then
did not get that joke. I was like, why is
he's being
so mean to Clark?
Yeah, he's just being, like, rude about him being from, like, the
middle
country,
of nowhere. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah. I was like, okay, sure.
And you know what? Maybe it's just jealousy because sports doesn't make the front page.
There it is.
Like the Super Bowl makes the front page and that's it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he doesn't have a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just kind of an asshole. But even Jimmy
Beck
is
Bennett,
like,
though,
it's good. Jimmy's like, yeah, brother, like, you got this.
Jimmy's being nice.
Wow.
I loved Beck Bennett's moment at the end of the movie when they're in the because it's the most like guy in his late 30s, early 40s moment where he's been rattled around and he's like, I got heartburn, and so he makes an Alka-Seltzer in Mr. Terrific's pod.
Yep. Yeah.
I felt so seen. I was like, fuck, I'm getting old. I
Yeah.
relate to the guy who needs an Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah. It's like, oh God.
He also has a Superman pin on that he like, there's a scene where he like takes it off really dramatically.
Yeah, when the message
great.
is like playing live, and I was like, all right, man. It really does highlight how we are all so quick to jump to conclusions. Like I think that is like a part of the message, right? Is that people like don't ask questions. They're like, oh yeah, no, fuck Superman. # super shit.
I think that the reality of that though is that it's different with Superman, right? Because I bought people immediately turning on him. Because he's like so dangerous.
Yeah.
That there's got to be a part of the back of your brain the whole time that's like,
been a little nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then to find out that like he is being nice in order to win everybody over so that he can rule them.
Yeah. I just think that the anger was kind of funny because, like you said, like people would be like more scared, I think, than
Lore Master
angry.
says, honestly, not gonna lie, I would join a Superman harem. Fair. For David Cornsweet?
Honestly, yeah.
He
Sign
can
me up.
corn and sweat all over me.
Jesus Christ. Anyways. Yeah. We get to meet everyone at the Daily Planet. It's a good time.
When he gets out of the hole after the Hammer Bravia fights, one of the like kind of clunky lines of exposition dialogue is there's a guy standing outside the hole who's like, maybe you shouldn't have done this stuff in Jarham, poor Superman.
Yeah. I was like, okay.
I was like, yeah.
Yeah, thanks,
we got it. We got it. Thanks.
That does feel like something that somebody would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it is clunky and not good dialogue.
But it's just like a group scene. There's so many people yelling at him. Yeah. And it's actually not the line. It's that the sound design cuts everything else down so that line is so clear.
Yeah.
That makes it... It's like my favorite line in Rogue One, where the person in the back is like, what is she proposing?
Yeah.
It's when the sound design like narrows into a line that's supposed to be sort of in the crowd, but is pushed so far forward that it feels clunkier than it actually is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. After Daily Planet.
Well, no, we have to talk about Jimmy. Jimmy
fucks.
Jimmy, played by Skylar Gisondo. There's two girls who are like, God, he's so hot.
I know. Like, they're just, like, standing there like, oh, my God.
Well, and it's kind of so this is a joke from, like, Comic-Con, basically. Mm-hmm. Of, like, people being, like, realizing that over the course of the 97 years, right? Because it's 1938 is the origin of Superman. So 97 years of these characters. Jimmy has been... So because Superman and Lois are Superman and Lois, right? In comics, Superman doesn't have a lot of like relationship drama with a ton of women. There's like Lois, there's Lana, there's a few others, but not major. So Jimmy's always been the like dating character.
Yeah.
1938. I was right. The dating character in the Superman comics. And so Jimmy's been with so many women.
Yeah.
And it kind of became a joke after 70 years of comics. You're like, wow, Jimmy fucking gets around.
Yeah.
And this movie taking the idea of him getting around and making it that he's a little slut, a hot little slut boy, is hilarious.
Yeah, it is very funny.
Yeah.
And he's just like kind of like he seems kind of oblivious to it.
Oh, 100%.
Like he's like, I don't understand.
Well, and later on with Eve, she's like, yeah, your hot girlfriend, and he's your hot ex, and he's like, hot?
Yeah, I'm like,
I guess she's attractive.
Yeah, that part confused me because I was like, maybe he's a foot guy, and that's the problem. Like that's why he doesn't see her as hot.
Because a mutant toes.
Because he has her nickname as Mutant Toes and thinks her feet look like
someone
cocktail
spilled shrimp cocktail.
Yeah. What a descriptor. So I think that canonically in the DCU, Jimmy is a foot guy.
That's gotta be it. He has a big old foot fetish.
Yeah, which is why she's not attracted to him.
He's not attracted to her. Yeah.
He's not attracted to her because she's like objectively like a beautiful woman. You know, like
no. She is physically attractive.
Yes,
but
that's what I mean.
No, in order to be beautiful, it's gotta be the trifecta of like
okay, but she's
physical
hot.
Personality and
she is hot.
Like.
And he's like, what do you mean she's hot? Like, does not
her
get
personality is grating.
Sure. Yeah.
If a woman met my mom one time and was like, I think of your mom like my mom now, I would be like, get the fuck away from me, you lunatic.
Fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not just that she's got like a high pitched voice and she's like high energy. Mm-hmm. She is actually like a lunatic. I kind of love her.
Oh, but yes. We are team
I understand Jimmy being like, you do, because when he gets the information from her, he's like, you don't understand how big a favor I just did for you. And then when you meet her, you realize what she's like with him. I'm like, yeah, I kind of get it. That was a big favor because
right now
that's like another 6 months of her being like, why aren't we together? Do you want to get together? Oh my God, I showed up at your house and your mom made me a cake. And he's like, why are you at my house?
Yeah.
The problem I have, okay, can we just talk about the Eve stuff really quick? Can we get through it? Because we both have a problem with the Eve stuff. And it's that she kind of saves the day, and then it's a little callous towards her.
The movie is.
The movie's a little bit more callous to her than I liked. Yeah.
It's funny, like the plot of it, and like it is comedy.
I like her and Jimmy's first scene together, and his uncomfort with him being like,
yeah,
my mom, she loves you too. She met you one time.
Yeah, there's great moments. But like as a whole, that plot line is a little odd because like
it's just a little cruel.
Yeah, and this woman is in danger, which she tells Jimmy.
Yeah,
I'm still with Lex because he tells me about all of his ex-girlfriends that he tortures in his pocket universe. Like we can't have a 5% sympathy for that moment, you know, like and the movie never touches on that.
Buzzard Barnes says Jimmy kind of sucked a bit. I agree with that.
Little bit. His treatment of Eve is not great.
And all they needed was for Jimmy, when Jimmy is like talking to Lois, for him to be genuinely worried about her.
Yeah.
The joke where he's like, she drops her phone in the toilet a lot. Like I don't know what's going on with her. Is not worth. The line could have been like, Lois, like, whatever we do, we have to get her back. She saved all of us. Like, if Jimmy had one serious moment about her before she gets back.
Just to treat her like a human.
Just to treat her like he's worried about her at all.
Yeah.
Would have been really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the worst thing. It is I don't think it's like handled the best.
I love that Skylar, the actor who plays Jimmy, thought that he was auditioning for Superman.
Really?
Yeah. He got the audition and did the audition thinking that he was auditioning for Superman. And apparently in an interview he was like, yeah, I finally told James Gunn that after I booked it. They were on set. And he was like, it's the loudest and hardest I've ever heard James Gunn laugh.
Oh, ouch.
Because even his team, because he got like brought in for like whatever the next round was.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, for Superman. This crazy. I don't know. I don't think I'm right for Superman, but it's crazy. And his team apparently was like, no, you fucking idiot. You're auditioning for Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah. Not for Superman. What a guy. Yeah. Yeah.
So we get to the scene where the engineer, they go up to steal the message from the Fortress of Solitude. Lex, they get in the door, and it's keyed to Superman's DNA. Like, I knew immediately one of two things.
You knew, yeah.
Well, no, I knew one of two things. Either I thought that Millie Alcock was going to be in the suit, and that it was going to be like a robot suit on Supergirl.
Oh, interesting.
Because they're related, and so her DNA would open the door.
Yeah.
Or it was going to be Connor.
Yeah. Or some version of.
Or, yeah. You know, I knew from when that door opens, when they first get there, that it was going to be one of them. Mm-hmm. Because I knew that they had already cast Kara and that she had some presence in the movie. Yeah,
we've known Millie Alcock was going to be Supergirl for like 2 years now.
Yeah. And she's at the very end. She comes in and picks up her dog. She's been off drinking in Red Plant. So anyone who has a problem with this version of Supergirl, to me, just doesn't know who Supergirl is, and they think that Melissa Benoist's CW character is Supergirl.
Right.
When CW Supergirl is just female Clark Kent.
I was going to say, they just made her, female Superman. Yeah.
I like that show a lot. Yeah. I think Melissa Benoist is great as that character.
Yeah, but that's not Supergirl from the comics.
It's not Supergirl. Supergirl isn't Clark Kent in a big bad way.
Because she's older than him, right?
She is 12 when she leaves.
So she remembers.
Krypton, yes.
Yeah.
And that's what the difference between them is that when Kara lands on Earth, Kara's like pod gets blown off course. And so she ends up in cryo for longer than Clark and lands later than he does.
Yeah.
And so he's already Superman when she comes out.
Yeah.
And she's a girl who remembers her planet dying recently.
Yeah.
And everyone she knows and loved is gone. Mm-hmm. And so in the comics, like, Supergirl is much angrier than Clark, much more violent. She's also physically stronger than him. I'm
sure people love that.
Yeah, female Kryptonians are able to absorb the radiation better than male Kryptonians, and so their superpowers are slightly stronger.
Yeah.
And so Supergirl in the comics is a much more aggressive character.
Yeah.
And
as emphasized by her dog.
Well, and in the Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic run, she literally is flying around galaxies, getting drunk in red sun galaxies. Like that, and Krypto's with her.
Right.
So that is actually the people who are like, they're not doing what the CW did, but they're literally doing comics Supergirl here.
Yeah. Because I definitely saw some, mutterings online of like, oh, Supergirl, what are they doing with this? And I was like, it's boring if she's just Clark Kent 2.0 with boobs. Like that's not that interesting when you have Clark Kent. Well, especially if you introduce them in
the same movie and they just have the same personality.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm a big fan of what they did with Millie Alcock.
And I thought she was great.
Yeah.
It was a very short scene that I thought was very funny, especially with Krypto.
Because it's the problem I have with Sasha Calle's Supergirl in The Flash, where I think she looked great, and I thought that she did the scenes well, and she did the fight stuff really well. I thought she was a great Supergirl.
Right.
Visually.
I still need to react to that.
You haven't seen that movie.
No, I still haven't seen that because I heard it was so bad.
Sasha Calle's Supergirl just kind of wasn't anything.
Gotcha.
Because she was introduced in that world, in the alternate universe world, there was no real build up to her or personality to her. It's just she's such a charismatic actress.
Yeah.
That I was so excited to see the next movie she was in when they actually gave some screen time to who this person is and how she feels about things.
Yeah.
Which that movie didn't have time for.
Yeah.
And that's fine. The Flash is a mess of a movie. I feel bad for Sasha Calle because I wish I could have. I kind of wish that she had gotten this part.
She'd gotten a fair shake.
I love Millie Alcock, and I think that it's great that she's here.
Yeah, and I think she's going to crush it.
I think she's going to crush it. I feel bad for Sasha Calle, but this feels so much more like Kara than any other live-action Supergirl I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. Genuinely. I've never seen the 1970s movie. We should probably react to that. But then the CW version, then the Smallville version. Those are both CW, I guess. No, Smallville is WB. But this to me, in the one scene where she just comes to get her dog drunk, is the most oh shit comics Kara that I've ever felt.
Yeah. And it was, fucking 30 seconds long, right? She's in and she's out.
Yeah.
I do love that she calls.
Oh my god, it's a 70s, not. Oh, it was 1984 Supergirl. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Oh.
Apparently, it's maybe not great, but
I have no idea.
I've also never seen Quest for Peace, which we should probably react to.
Yeah.
Which is Superman 4.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. I do love that she calls him bitch, and that's her final line leaving.
Yeah.
And then we don't see
Bye, bitch.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, no, I think that I think she was fantastic. I liked that she felt so different. Again,
yeah.
I'm far less versed in comic lore than you are, but I immediately, as an outside perspective, understood what the difference between the two of them was.
Yeah.
Like crystal clear. And so I that scene was short. I would have actually loved more.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so excited for her to get her own movie, show, whatever it ends up being.
Well, like, the thing about her is that the only people who have ever actually raised her are dead.
Yeah.
Right? Like, she shows up too old to, like, get new parents.
Yes.
And so she gets Clark. And Clark doesn't remember Krypton. And so she's just broken in a way that he doesn't ever have to be because he gets raised by the best people on the planet.
Yeah. He got lucky.
Yeah.
Right? There are ways in which Clark, Superman, is incredibly lucky.
Yeah, watch Red Sun. That one he doesn't get lucky. He lands in Russia and he becomes like evil, not evil, but he becomes like fascism Superman, basically.
Sure. Yeah. Indoctrinated Superman.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Oh, cool.
Red Sun is one of the best Elseworlds stories, in my opinion.
Damn.
And so, apparently, Finn is saying they're renaming Woman of Tomorrow to just Supergirl. I mean, sure, whatever. They renamed this from Superman Legacy to just Superman, so.
Sure, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if all of the firsts in all of these in the DCU are Batman, Supergirl, Wonder Woman, and you just, although no, because the DCEU one was Wonder Woman, so I feel like
yes.
Wonder Woman will get a colon,
probably just to differentiate, just to make sure that people know.
Yeah, Batman though, you could do Batman. There hasn't been a movie called Batman in a long time.
Yeah.
And even, is the first Michael, what's his fuck movie? Is that one The Batman? I can't remember if it's The Batman or if it's Batman.
I don't know. The Batman.
The Batman, yeah.
Okay, interesting.
But you could just do it. You could just make it really simple. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what they're going to... Honestly, I don't know what they're going to do moving forward because this movie doesn't really set up a universe of, like, stories. It sets up a universe for stories to take place in. But I didn't feel like this movie directly pulled me, other than obviously knowing that Supergirl is the next movie. This movie didn't make me go like, oh, the next movie's going to be about beating that character. Because all the villains are kind of done in this.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a post-credit scene where it's like, Mr. Sinister.
Yeah.
Or Mr. Mind, like at the end of Shazam. And then Mr. Mind is like kind of in the sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair. So, I think in terms of where we were in the order of things, finished at the Daily Planet.
Yeah. We cut to
Lois and getting home.
Dinner scene, yeah.
Yeah, there's a dinner scene where Clark is making her breakfast for dinner, which is his favorite, I guess.
It's treated like she's like worried that someone broke into her house.
I know.
But it's so obviously someone in the kitchen.
Yeah.
That I was like...
Yeah, that was very fun. I was like...
It didn't sound like someone rummaging through her stuff. It was like...
It was banging of pots and pans.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have a cute little moment. We find out they've been together for about 3 months.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, the little back and forth at work today was hilarious. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm like 100% serious. Like, you interviewing yourself is kind of unethical. He's like, okay, well, you interview me. And she's like, I don't know if you want that. He's like, no, it's fine.
He's like, I'm media savvy.
Yeah, let's do it. And she's like, all right. And it does not go well.
It doesn't go well for so many different reasons.
Yeah.
Like, considering how often he interviews himself,
she is right.
You'd think he would have some of these answers at least thought of, because he had to think about them to write them about himself.
Yeah.
It's also been 3 weeks since Jarhanpur, and he hasn't, like, thought of any, like, good... He hasn't come up with any lines.
Yeah.
One thing I will say, he's corny as hell. Like, she nailed James Gunn nailed Superman being a corny little nerd.
Yes.
Because he's literally like, I smashed some takes, a couple of planes. Like he's not. Yeah. He's being interviewed.
Superman doesn't take selfies.
Superman doesn't take selfies. Oh, third person now.
She's like, oh,
this whole scene
interesting.
With him not knowing him being a 30-year-old reporter who doesn't know how to work a tape recorder is so wild. He's like, what's the button? It's the stop record button, Clark. You are a professional. You work for the Daily Planet.
Yeah.
Why don't you know how to work a tape recorder?
Yeah, true.
Oh, because he only interviews himself.
There you go.
He's just sitting there and be like, that's a good line.
He is his only source.
Super memory. Who needs to record? That's interesting.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Lois kind of gives him shit for how he handles the situation and the assumptions that he makes, which are so fascinating.
We both know that's silly. And that line is great.
Well, it's great because she's like, I think so. But I don't, like, there is a difference between believing something and knowing something. Mm-hmm. And, like, that is where that line is when it comes to where the responsibility lies.
But the thing that Clark doesn't say here that I think that he should, or that I would have said, is that you have the ability to not know and lie in bed at night knowing that you couldn't have made a difference. And the longer I wait to act and the higher the body count goes, the more I know how many of those people I could have saved.
Yeah.
Right? Like Superman is in this weird position where she's like, well, I don't know that Baravia's, gonna kill everybody. And Clark's like, that's good for you. It wouldn't matter if you did. What would you have done? Yeah. Right? Like the onus is not on you to save them anyway.
Yeah.
Your job's just to report it. But my job as Superman is to keep people alive.
Yeah.
And I'm
not going to wait until people are already dead.
Yeah. It is the like tough thing that, and he doesn't really articulate himself well in this interview. Because he's trying to be flippant and he's trying to be funny and he's trying to flirt with her.
Yeah, he's trying to work in his lines that he's like pre-established, right? He is not good at this interview. And
he never really lands a good, like, just a moment
until
he
people were going to die. That's where it breaks, right? And that's when he loses it a little bit, and that's when he leaves, right? That's where
no, that's when she goes, okay, I'd like to change the subject, which is tough. Right, and this is where I think Lois does a bad job as a reporter.
Right.
She actually gets him to be honest,
and then doesn't,
and then moves on to something else.
Yeah.
And starts talking about like online chatter and stuff like that. When that's the moment she should have dug into, why is it your job to solve that?
Yeah.
Because that's the actual question. The question isn't should you or should you not have done it. It was 3 weeks ago. The question now is moving forward. Why did you feel like it was your job to step in and do that? And push Clark on that. Mm-hmm. And I think that Lois kind of, she kind of goes directly at goading him in a way that is a little bit, when she says I'm not good at relationships, there is a part of this conversation where it does feel like she's being a bad journalist to break up with him. Like she's trying to come up with a reason to break up with him in this scene.
Yeah, like she one of her flaws is obstinance in a way that I thought was really actually well. We've talked about bad dialogue. Like I think it was actually really well written, especially in this scene, because Lois is not perfect. Like neither of them are perfect, right? Lois, the moment when they get to, maybe that's the real punk rock of like actually giving a shit. In
James Gunn's 4D chess moment of release and making everyone think that it's Brainiac in that one photo, and then it's not.
Wild, hilarious. But that's like, those are the moments where it highlights both the flaws and the oh my god, I can't think of words. The opposite of flaws.
Strengths.
The strengths. There we go. Both the flaws and the strengths of these characters equally, right?
Yeah.
Lois is a journalist, like through and through. Yeah. And that changes your perspective on the world.
Yeah.
And her and Clark see things so differently in a way that can bring out the best in one another and also the worst.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. Like their relationship is going to be tough for them. Even if you just take away like the superhero aside, right? How they view the world is fundamentally different. But neither is wrong.
Yeah. I mean, Superman's definitely a little bit wrong. He's a little wrong. Torturing the prime minister of the country, like breaking into his palace and kidnapping him and making him piss himself by flying him across the country and then shoving him into a cactus isn't the right way to handle that situation. Honestly, much like the Batman, the Robert Pattinson movie, I wish he was younger. I wish he was like 25, 26 and a little bit more naive.
Yeah, to kind of make those mistakes a little more understandable.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like I wish that Batman was 25 in that movie instead of 30.
Yeah.
Or 29. Because it's like, why are you... How have you been an adult this long and not done this yet? Threx says, I'm willing to excuse Lois's missteps in this interview as her interviewing her boyfriend and her feelings getting in the way. See, I think it's not her interviewing her boyfriend. I think she's trying to break up with him. I think she intentionally chooses the things she knows will get... Because she says later, I was planning on breaking up with him.
Yeah.
In the scene with...
There is a part of
Terrific.
her... Yeah, there is a part of her that is trying to showcase in all the ways they are incompatible.
She's not getting the answers she wants out of him, and she's not asking the questions that I think would get those. When she tells Terrific later in the movie, I was going to break up with him, I think she meant this interview. I think she was like setting it up. Because when she brings up hashtag super shit later, which like, again, a moment I wish Superman was a little bit younger for. Because like, why does super shit bother you? It's not even clever.
I know.
But he's like, that one particularly bothers me, Lois.
Yeah,
and I'm
I was like,
why?
Oh, okay.
Because there's a swear word in it.
I just
fucking
think,
like rural fuck. Like,
I think we are chronically online and also grew up as actors, and we like nothing phases us. But like people get upset. People are
sure, but like it's not clever.
Yeah.
Super shit is just super in the word shit. Like it has nothing to do with him or his name. You know, if they had said that like he like. If they'd set up that there was a time when he like saved the day, but it looked like he shit his pants, and he's like, I didn't shit my pants, and people keep bringing up super shit, and that's why it bugs him, I would be like, oh, that's funny. Like,
yeah, okay.
He had like a brown stain on his suit after fighting somebody, and he's like, stop bringing up super shit. But he's just upset about super shit, even though it's like Cuntel. That would hurt. No, Cuntel's a dope name. That is his drag name, Cuntel.
Oh my god! Please tell me there is a drag queen or king that's
Cuntel.
Yeah. That would be hilarious. Yeah, whether or not Lois is doing it consciously or subconsciously, mm-hmm. I do think that this moment is meant to highlight their differences. Yeah,
and it does a really good job of it.
It's great, and it does not end well, and Clark leaves.
And interestingly, Clark. And I've said a couple moments where I wish he was younger for, but this is a moment where Clark feels 30 to me, right? Where Clark feels like he's been in some relationships. He's a little bit more of an adult. Because she goes, she starts washing the dishes.
I knew this wasn't going to work.
Yeah, and he's like, okay. And he just leaves. Doesn't break up with her, doesn't yell, doesn't try and fix it in that moment, knows the moment's bad, and he just leaves. And the next time he sees her, treats her like everything's, like apologizes for fighting, but doesn't make a big deal out of it. And the ability to kind of have a fight and let go of it and show up to the next conversation and not still be fighting mm-hmm. is a much more mature thing that I think younger people struggle with, right?
Yeah.
Or emotionally immature people struggle with, is the ability to acknowledge that fighting with someone doesn't last forever.
Yeah, and to give like moments, breathing room, and like let people calm down instead of being like, this has to be fixed right now immediately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it's a great scene. I wish we could have gotten the fallout of the interview. The movie never mentions if
the interview never comes out.
Maybe?
I don't know how it could.
Yeah. I was like, the interview
because the next day is the kaiju fight, and then that night
I don't know that is the next day. That's the next day we see.
I don't
think this movie takes place in... Because either this movie takes place with like breaks of time in between, or this movie takes place in 4 days.
It's like 5 days, yeah.
And
yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
I feel like that's too fast.
Why?
I I don't know. There's like full cut to black moments in this movie that it could be just that it's been a few days. A few days later, this is the next thing that happens relevant to the movie.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that Lex puts together the mission to Antarctica overnight.
I don't. He's got the resources to do whatever the fuck he
Yeah,
wants.
maybe.
I think that they don't establish a timeline so that the audience can fill in those blanks themselves. You can think that it was a day, or you can think it was a week. It really doesn't matter.
Well, and one of the interesting things is if the kaiju fight is the next day, that means that the baby kaiju is being unleashed while they're fighting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're setting up the distraction for the next day so that they can get the stuff that they need. We meet the Justice Gang. Who they're all great. Honestly,
yeah,
love them. They're fantastic. I do agree that the kaiju looks like Stitch.
Oh, Buster Barnes is saying the movie had title cards for the days of the week and that didn't test well. Interesting.
Yeah, you don't actually like have to establish a hard set timeline unless it's like incredibly important to the story.
Yeah.
You can leave things for the audience to fill in the blanks, and as long as it makes enough sense, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Threk says when the engineer says she could drill into the fortress, Lex implies he already has a plan for it. Yeah, it is a little. That is one of those like kind of minor plot holes where I'm like, if Lex doesn't know where it is, how does he know that it exists and that the door is coded to Superman's DNA?
Mm-hmm.
Like, how does... You know what I mean? It's one of those things where you're like, wait a second, but... So if the engineer finds it at the beginning of the movie, how does Lex know that Ultraman will be able to get into it?
Great question. Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah. Lex is real smart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is like if that's the distraction, Lex had to know that there was going to be dirt in the fortress before he got there.
He was hoping that there was.
No, he had to already know because he had to have all of the interviews and IT people scheduled to be on call ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
In order for the time, it is the one day where the timeline really doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of whatever because like the moment's great and the kaiju fight's awesome, but he had to have that like pre-scheduled.
Yes.
Right? I think.
Unless he's important enough to call and be like, I'm coming on the show right now.
Coming on the sphere.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. Who knows?
So, yeah, the fight inside the Fortress of Solitude happens first. They kidnap the dog. This is the first time we find out that the nanites... This is important setup moment because we set up that the nanites are able to beat the Superman's powers, basically.
Yeah.
Because they can keep Krypto from being able to use his face.
Mm-hmm.
And we also see... There's kind of a weird shot in this, just being honest, where the engineer blows up a robot right beside Lex's head. And in slow motion, Lex doesn't flinch at all. He just keeps walking as it explodes like right here in sparks. And I think that it's meant to look cool, but it just looked like crazy CGI to me because like Lex having... I understand the idea is that he's so confident in his people being able to save his life, but he shouldn't know that the robots exist, so he shouldn't actually know that his people can fight the robots. So his confidence in his people being able to stop the robots inches from his face and not flinching at all, it actually just was like, it broke my brain for a second that he didn't react.
It felt a little bit out of place.
He didn't feel human enough in that moment. For the complaints later where he's like, humans are weak and I'm envious because you make me feel small.
Yeah.
I just wish he'd flinched. I just wish he'd responded like a human in that moment. And it's a shot that's in the trailer and I've noticed it now more and more in that I'm like, how did you know this was going to go well?
Cocky motherfucker.
He's so cocky.
Yeah.
But just not having a flinch response in that particular shot was like, it made me think that like there wasn't actually anything there and the CGI was added later.
Yeah.
And it just didn't feel real.
Mm-hmm.
And in the majority of the movie, I don't mind that. But because Lex isn't superpowered in any way and is like, we get to the envy thing later, the shot just took me out of it, just to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
But it's followed up by the clunky dialogue, but great shot of the engineer tapping into the computer with her back lighting up blue and all of the like that shot of her lifting up off the ground is one of the coolest visuals in the film to me.
It looks great. As much as like I don't really like the engineer in the movie. I think that visually what they've done with her powers looks phenomenal. I think it's really cool, it's creative, and it works every time.
Yeah. So then we get to the kaiju fight. The kaiju looks like Stitch, as you said. He's very big. It blows fire.
It grows real fast.
Yeah.
Because they release it like this big, and then it's like fucking...
It's literally Stitch
70
size.
feet tall. Yeah.
This fight is so fun because it's going so well until the Justice Gang shows up.
Yeah.
And then Superman has to start working really hard to keep everybody alive because the Justice Gang are just fighting it and not paying attention.
Yeah, James Gunn is weirdly obsessed with eyeballs and like eyeball imagery. Like between this movie and the Suicide Squad, I was like, I don't need to see anyone stab another eye or go into another eye or like grab onto an eyeball ever again. Like, I think I'm good, actually. Like, I felt like Superman watching it, where he's like, oh, God, guys. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like,
yeah.
I was like, please.
Well, and I love that we get our first glimpse of Isabel Merced as Hawkgirl, our lovely Dina from The Last of Us. Mm-hmm. She's great in this movie.
Yeah.
I like this version of Hawkgirl, and I want her and Supergirl to be friends.
Yeah, right?
And she starts slamming the thing in the eye with her mace, and her it gets stuck, and her line of "it's blinking me to death" was very funny. But it cuts to the crowd, and like the entire crowd is like, "Oh,
God.
No, fight it, but not like that."
Yeah. They're like, what's happening here? It's
Superman
uncomfy.
saves a fucking squirrel.
Yeah, he'll save a squirrel, but not his clone.
Can you imagine that squirrel going back to its family later that day and be like, cheap, fucking Superman saved me. And they're like, come on.
Hey, come on, man, that didn't happen.
You fucking liar.
Yeah.
And so...
they basically blow up the kaiju from the inside.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific gets tired of the fight and sends his T-spheres to just blow up its stomach.
Yeah.
And honestly, because of the X-ray vision, the blowing up of the stomach was kind of horrifying.
Yeah.
Like watching the way in which it refracted as like the skin. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I was so worried too because in the CGI it looks like it's about to like take this big breath out, and I was like, oh no, it's gonna be like poison, or I thought there was gonna be some next phase, and it wasn't. Superman manages to catch it, but the way that it falls, it's going to kill thousands of people. And Superman has to, like, drag it over into the park before it falls.
Yeah.
And so we finally meet Guy Gardner, played excellently by Nathan Fillion. Obviously, we mentioned Hawkgirl already. And I want to get his name right. Edie Gathegi, who plays Mr. Terrific, who, we're 90 minutes into this. Holy shit. We can talk. Holy shit, does he steal the movie, hey?
Oh my God, he's so good.
Mr. Terrific might be the best part of the whole film.
I love him.
He gets the best fight scene on the beach.
Hands down.
And he is one of the funniest people in this movie, and none of his comedy feels out of place. There's a few jokes in this movie that feel a little out of place. Mm-hmm. None of his stuff does.
No, he fucking crushed it. Loved him. I think he might be my favorite part of the movie.
Really? Your favorite part of the... Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was so fun to watch the whole time.
Yeah.
And like everything felt so in character. Like and he got the best fight scene, like you said. I thought he was fucking great.
Yeah, he is. He's so good at the role. You know what I mean? And this is going to be... I hope this isn't uncouth for me to say, but one thing I find about very smart black characters is that, and this happened with the Mr. Terrific in the Arrowverse a little bit, is that they are often portrayed as being a very safe, non-black culture version of intelligent.
Oh,
right?
I see.
Where they feel very much like they lean towards having a white group of friends.
Right.
And what I really loved about this version of Mr. Terrific is they managed to make him a nerd and a like very intelligent black man while still leaning into his blackness in a way that felt authentic and like it came from the culture. And I know that I am not of the culture, and it is not my place to comment on that in a lot of ways. But oftentimes I feel like the nerdy black guy is like a trope that is sort of distanced from blackness a little bit.
Yes.
And this did not feel like they did that at all. It felt like they were like, him being an intelligent black man does not mean that he has to behave in a way that is safe for white audiences. Does that make sense? I hope I'm not saying this in a way that's
yeah.
I want to be careful and not like
SFW, safe for white audiences. Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely valid. It's a trend that like has been commented upon many times where it's like, yes, they are a person of color, like the actor is a person of color, but like they like other than that they're basically just a white person, and it does not feel like that at all.
No,
in a fantastic way.
In the writing, in the speech pattern, in the like the interaction where at the end with Luther's guy where he walks up and he's like, I can help, and he's like, I don't need your help, I'm goddamn Mr. Terrific. Like I cheered more for Mr. Terrific's lines than I did for Superman moments in this movie.
Honestly, yeah. Yeah.
when the later on when the dimensional gateway starts to open up and the woman comes in is like, can you fix that? And he's like, can I fix that? It's and he doesn't he doesn't say the rest of the line, but he's the implication of like, it's your fucking machine, lady. What do you mean?
Yeah.
This is your fault.
And she's just looking at it like, fuck, what have I gotten myself into?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was so fucking good. The
one plot hole around him, and it has nothing to do with him, is he has his amazing fight scene on the beach. He beats up all those people.
Yeah.
And then they go through the portal. When they come back out of the portal later, all of those people are just gone.
No, they're not. There's like two of them there, and they see him, and they like literally run away.
No, but all the raptors are gone.
Yeah.
They leave. And then he's closing the portal, and there's a bunch of people at the camp again. And I'm like, why are the people at the camp right now? They ran away earlier. I was very confused by where all the raptors went while they were in the pocket dimension. Because they come out and Lois like walks Clark to the it's not the T-Mobile. What the fuck is that? His ship called? He walks to the ship, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be funny because they're gonna have to like step over all of the raptor bodies as everyone's unconscious, and everyone was just gone. Well, even though they're only in the portal, they're only in there for like.
Oh, yeah, they're not in there
5 minutes?
But you can see...
It's also nighttime when they leave. It is full sun when they fight on the beach. They go through the portal into the pocket dimension, and when they come back out, it is the middle of the night. It's so dark that Metamorpho is able to, like, disappear into shadow, walking away.
Yeah, I totally missed that.
They're only in the pocket dimension for, like, minutes.
Yeah. I thought that them, like... not being there and like running away was part of the like humor of it, like because he didn't kill anybody. Every body is moving when it hits the ground in that scene.
The movie implies that no one is killed, and that is not possible.
I mean, yes, but that it is trying to be a Superman movie, which I can understand.
Yeah.
But I thought it was part of the humor that they're all gone, like getting like repaired or fixed up or patched up or whatever, and like there's like two like people in Hawaiian shirts that like see them and they're, oh shit, these guys are back, and they're just trying to like scurry away.
Sure, but it's established that the boom tubes, they're not boom tubes, but the pocket dimension tunnels are in real time. Right? So it's just odd to me that fight happens in full sun, and then when they come back out, it is night.
Yeah.
They're just not in there for very long.
Mm-hmm.
They can't be. Like, the thing's fucking cool. Unless they're, like, standing on that platform for hours with his T-shirts flying away, but...
Yeah, which, again, it's kind of an indeterminate amount of time. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. They don't get into it.
But if it was ours, why wouldn't Lex find out about it and send Ultraman? You think that there's just there are some of those like connective tissue things that are like I can't explain this because it just doesn't.
Yeah. Before we get to that scene, basically what happens is that kaiju fight happens, and then the message gets released in the middle of that. Yeah. Superman sees it and realizes that the only place he could have gotten the message was back at home. So he goes looking for Fortress and Krypto, and the place has been destroyed. Krypto is gone. The robots are all picked apart. I thought they were dead. They're not dead. It's fine.
I mean, they're robots. They don't die.
Yeah.
They can just be repaired.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how like memory or personality works. But
we don't see that any of them have any memories. They don't have personalities. As number 4 keeps telling us. Sorry, as Gary keeps telling us.
They don't have emotional capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He finds it soothing.
Superman realizes his dog is, well, not his dog. That
his cousin's dog. The dog.
He keeps saying the dog is
It's not even a very good dog.
Yeah. And so he...
The scene where he breaks into Lex's office, I wish they hadn't released it online. But... It doesn't work as a clip to me. It works great in the movie.
Yes.
The level of anger. But I do wish he had just said, because the girl's filming him, and I'm like, Superman, you could have solved a lot of this by being like, my butler saw you kidnap my dog.
Yeah.
He saw you do it, and he was alive. I know it was you. There are witnesses.
Yeah.
You kidnapped my dog.
Yeah.
But that, it's he throws, and I was like, it's so funny that I didn't notice this the first time. Second time watching the movie, I was looking and I was like, who is Lex in a meeting with in that scene? And I didn't clock it the first time. It's the host of the Sphere TV show.
Yeah.
And I felt dumb for that, but.
No, I like, it's not, I mean, he's in like one shot, right? Where he falls back and that's kind of it. So I don't blame you for that at all. Yeah, so
this leads to the first promo image of Superman was him in the dark room putting the boots on with the giant like eyeball Brainiac thing shooting a beam into the city in the background.
Yeah.
And everyone is like, "Oh my god, is it Brainiac? Like what is this eyeball thing?"
No.
Why? And then they released the shot of like him and Lois and standing in front of it, and everyone is like, "Why isn't Superman out fighting? Why is he with Lois in this room?"
Yeah.
And the reality of the scene being that he's like, oh no, the Justice Gang's got that. They're fine.
It's an interdimensional imp. It's not even a threat. Like,
this was one of the reasons why I loved the inclusion of so many DCU things. This scene really made it feel like there are so many metahumans that Superman doesn't actually have to respond to every threat.
Yeah.
And it did make the superpoweredness of the world feel a lot bigger.
Yeah.
There are enough people present in this world that Superman knows he doesn't have to show up for every single thing.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it's a very funny scene. I think that some people are going to feel like the humor of that takes away from the conversation him and Lois are having. And I think that if you feel that way, valid criticism. I personally didn't. I liked the mixture of their very serious conversation with that humor.
I thought it highlighted it really well.
Especially, Lois is there. She turns the TV off because Peacemaker's talking shit. And she's like, here's some cocoa. And this fight's going on in the background. And he goes, oh, God, that's really good.
Yeah.
The God, that's really good made me laugh so hard both times we watched it. It is a perfect line delivery.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's good.
Yeah. No, he's just here for the hot chocolate. You know what I mean?
So am I. Guys, I'm on a crazy diet right now. You have no idea how badly I would love some hot chocolate. I haven't had sugar in weeks. Like, fucking weeks.
You have dark chocolate.
I have a little bit of dark chocolate every day, and that's it. I have like one line of this dark chocolate bar every day, and that's how I'm getting through this fucking diet. But God, what I would give for a hot chocolate. Oh my God. I'm drinking this fucking zero sugar Zevia.
You know what you could do is instead of eating the bar of chocolate, you could boil some water and just melt the dark chocolate in or the oat milk.
I don't know that would be very good.
I don't know if it would be good either.
Like, I don't think you can just melt a chocolate bar into liquid. Can you make hot chocolate by doing that?
Well, like, I feel like before it was a powder that we made that, hot cocoa was literally hot melted chocolate, right?
Interesting.
Like the first versions of hot chocolate were literally just hot chocolate.
Oh, we should also mention the end of the kaiju fight. The full message gets revealed, and so there's a conversation with Guy, and Nathan Fillion crushes it as Guy Gardner.
He's so funny.
Because there's the moment in the trailer where he throws the Green Lantern ring towards the windows, and there's people outside.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is going on? It is actually that he's putting up a barrier so no one can see. Stag Industries and the cops allow Superman to have a private place to have this conversation for some reason. And Guy Gardner is like, you have a harem? With all the energy of, I want a harem.
Yeah, it was great. And I do love that later on. So basically, Superman and Lois have this conversation where he's like, I'm going to turn myself in. Mm-hmm. He's not even a very good dog, but he's alone and he's scared.
Yeah.
So he turns himself in.
And you can see Lois be like, oh, you're turning yourself in to try and find the dog? Her heart melts.
Yeah, a little bit.
Hard.
Yeah, 100%.
And then he says, I love you.
Yeah.
He says, I should have told you sooner, but I love you. And she doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, Lois?
Ooh.
If you never see that man again, you're going to be upset.
I'm going to regret it. So yeah, Superman gets arrested and gets taken away to the pocket dimension and locked away. But oh shit, what was I going to say? When Lois tries to like recruit the Justice Gang to get Superman out, there's a line where Guy is like, do I actually think he's here to like, take over the world? Like, no, like probably not.
Yeah.
Like honestly, like no.
Yeah.
But the optics.
Well, and the reality of, it's not just the optics, right? It's also like breaking Superman out means going against the U.S. government.
Well, and they're also funded by Luthor Corp, right?
No, they're funded by Lord Tech.
Oh, they both. Oh.
No, they're funded by Maxwell Lord.
Oh, I got
James Gunn's brother. He appears at the end of the movie. He's the one who says, at least there's one thing conservatives and Democrats can agree on, and that's that's Sean Gunn playing Maxwell Lord, who is a different billionaire in the DC universe.
Yeah.
Okay. He's actually the bad guy in the Supergirl TV show.
Oh, yeah. Fun. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it confused that they were both L's. That's my bad.
Oh, that is who Pedro Pascal's playing in Wonder Woman 1984, isn't it? It's Maxwell Lord. Which was weird.
Oh.
That was so weird.
I hate that movie, like passionate. Like there's not a lot of movies that I hate, but if anyone actually likes that movie, I do judge you very harshly. That's the only movie that I judge people for liking, but it is true. God, that movie is
Do we know anyone
so
who
bad.
likes that movie?
I don't think so. Thankfully, our friends seem to have good taste.
That movie ruined Christmas.
It did ruin Christmas.
Yeah. We watched it on a Christmas during COVID, and we got so mad that we just didn't have a good rest of the day.
Yeah, I fucking hate that movie.
I wish we'd been doing reactions back then, because our reaction would have been like...
Our reaction would have been like, wait, so you're telling me that Wonder Woman rapes a man and she is the protagonist? Wow.
Yeah,
that's a choice. That is certainly a choice.
And she also flies by flinging her lasso of truth into the air. I didn't get what they were going for. I didn't get what, and it's crazy because the first Wonder Woman's so good.
It's pretty good. Yeah.
And
it's pretty good. The first 2/3 of that movie are fantastic.
Oh yeah, the final fight with Ares is fine, but
with Lupin,
but God, Wonder Woman 1984 is so bad, and it's unfortunate because I like a lot of the ideas and a lot of the pieces that it wants to play with.
Sure.
They're just all executed so poorly.
And like Pedro Pascal is in it, so it automatically gets like an extra point, but that still only gives it like a 2 out of 10.
Yeah. And Pedro Pascal is great in it. I think he gives one of the better performances.
Yeah, he's great in everything. He just got stuck in a shitty movie. Anyways.
So Superman is in a pocket dimension. Metamorpho is being used to keep him
Kryptonite.
Yeah, to be Kryptonite.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting. Not at all how I thought Metamorpho was going to be a part of the movie. His personality is very soft, and he has a kid.
Yeah, just
being threatened, and Superman's like, I can help. My friend Paige. Wait. We gotta talk about this. So in the girl in the pink dress, I think her character name is Fleurette. So Lex's ex, who he has locked up. Yeah.
Because she wrote a blog about him.
That's my friend Paige Mobley, who I went to college with.
Yeah.
Emmy Award winner for her house flipping show on HGTV. talented actress, lovely lady, and I got very excited because Paige, I'm very proud of you, and it was very cool to see someone we haven't spoken in years, but
Sure.
who I care about. I still care about her, and I want her to succeed in life, and I'm so happy for all the success that she's had. And it was just, I knew she was going to be in the movie, but it was just so cool to see her in it and to like know, yeah. Back in the day, like we'd go to Red Mango together and get like fucking frozen yogurt, and she's just a great person. She's always been a great person, and I just hope this is just more and more success for her because she deserves it. Yeah, she's cool as shit. Anyway, it was just very cool. Both times I've seen the movie, it fills my heart to be like, I know that person.
Yeah,
they're in a fucking Superman movie. Like,
yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. So anyway, Paige, you'll probably never see this, but I'm so happy for you, and it warmed my heart to see you in that.
Yeah.
Even though you were imprisoned, and like I do wonder where you were pooping.
Yeah, they're just in glass boxes.
Yeah.
Like very, very strange.
And like some of them seem to have been in there for like a while. Luther implies that governments are sending political prisoners there.
Oh no, he specifically says that they are. He does not imply it.
Yeah.
He does not imply it.
Yeah.
He is like, when governments have people that oppose them or they want to shut up or like opponents, like, they pay us to hold them.
But like, does Mr. Handsome, which is the name of I thought it was a white Martian. I thought we were like setting up white Martians. There's two kinds of Martians in the DC universe. There's white Martians and green Martians, and they've been locked in like this eternal war forever. It doesn't matter.
Cool.
It does matter. It's very cool. I love the DC Martians. I love John Jones so much. I love Megan Mars so much. I love Megan Morse. They're some of my favorite characters. Fucking Young Justice does the Martians so fucking good. If you haven't seen Young Justice, watch it. It's amazing. I thought he was going to be a white Martian, and I was like, oh, what an interesting, creepy look for the white Martians. And then it turns out that that's just a thing that Lex created, because I like Googled it.
Oh.
And his name's Mr. Handsome. But so does someone be like, I have to poop, and then Mr. Handsome like brings the cart over and like scoots their box off somewhere?
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't think we're going to have an answer to that. Unfortunately.
Yeah. I just really wanted to know where my friend was pooping.
Fair.
Yeah.
But while Superman is in prison, Luther goes and gets Malik, to use him to get Superman to talk. He's also there like with the president of Baravia.
Yeah.
He just comes along for fun, I guess.
Yeah.
To watch this man get shot in the head. Because they play Russian roulette. And,
what a terrible torture tactic.
Yeah, I know. He's like, oh, I didn't expect that to go so fast. Well, I'm going to go.
Well, you had a 1 in 6 chance, Lex.
Literally.
You seem to be a genius.
You are a genius. You know what those odds are. Like my guy. Come on. So he's like, well, guess I'm just going to have to go get someone else. Maybe I'll go get Clark Kent. No.
That reporter you're always taking the interviews from. Yeah.
That was the most super villain.
Yeah.
He is the whole. Well, maybe I'll just go get Clark Kent, and I was like, "Oh God!"
But it was kind of a like he didn't get any answers. Mm-hmm. His questions weren't even
okay. So his name is Malik Mali Ali. So it's not. So both are right.
Yeah, because Superman keeps calling him Molly.
Yeah.
Superman is honest in all of his answers. But the questions kind of suck.
Well, the question is like, who raised you? And and obviously, there's no way.
But who are you working with? And he's like, no one. What do you mean?
Me,
I'm the Justice Superman. Gang sometimes. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we're friends, I guess.
I just didn't really know. Lex was just trying to kill that man. It was just trying to torture Superman. He wasn't actually trying to get any answers out of him.
100%, because as soon as he has the answers that he needs, he has to kill Superman, and he doesn't want the fun to end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Metamorpho, that's his name? Metamorpho sees this happen and is like, wow, I am partially responsible for this man's death because I sat here and did nothing.
I loved the performance of this scene.
Fantastic.
Him being so soft and so... this and then him when they're in Jarnapur at the end of the movie, there's so much beauty in him getting to be a hero. And the movie didn't have to get into it. Sometimes this movie's very subtle. The Metamorpho stuff was very subtle, right?
Yeah.
The idea that because of the way that he looks, he's always been a little bit ostracized.
Yeah.
And that he gets to see himself finally be heroic at the end. And the way that fills him. And the difference between him in all of this, like, even after they get his son, the way he holds himself in the first part of his arc versus the way he holds himself after they save the Jarhan Porins is just... It's a beautiful little background arc for a smaller character in the movie that I think is handled really well. It's a great performance.
I really liked him, even though again he wasn't in much, but he does have this moment where he decides to help Superman and help Superman get his son back.
They're not watching them very closely.
No.
Metamorpho turns off the kryptonite, and then they have multiple minutes where nobody notices.
Well, and he creates a son.
Well, and the joke of Paige and whoever is the guy on the other side being like, "No, I'm taking credit for snitching. No, I'm taking credit for snitching" was funny.
Yeah, it's great.
Because you put them in there, they just want to get out. They're just people. You leave them in there long enough, people do anything to live.
Yeah.
Do anything to survive, right?
Yeah, exactly. So they're able to break out. The weird fight where he's holding Joey, the baby, in the river was nonsense visually to my brain.
Mm-hmm.
I could not tell you a single beat that happened in that fight. So this part wasn't my favorite.
Also, it was antimatter shit that would have ripped apart a normal human, but I guess the Raptors were fine in it
because their suits. I guess maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
Which I guess that is a fine explanation. I just thought it was kind of messy visuals.
Yes,
and
the
messy
CGI of it did not
fighting.
look great.
This section was not my favorite. It wasn't bad, but I
liked the flying stuff.
Yeah.
In the Pocket universe, I really liked Krypto going after the balls. When I first realized that Krypto was going to attack the ball, I thought that was very funny.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Very well done.
The visuals in the river were not good, and
especially because it happens almost back to back with Mr. Terrific's fight scene, which is unbelievably epic. That sequence, that fight sequence, is one of my favorite I've ever seen.
I'm not gonna lie. Him blowing them away from the black hole was not a great ending to me.
Yeah.
His breath is not stronger than his ability to fly. So it didn't really work. If they had just the three of them had to work together to fly in the opposite direction, I think that would have been cooler than him going and that saving them from I was like, I don't really get it.
That whole sequence was not my favorite personally. Yeah. But they do escape.
It looked way better in IMAX. We also saw this in IMAX and we saw this in standard. Thank God we saw IMAX first.
Yes.
The whole movie looks better in IMAX.
Yeah.
But the pocket dimension stuff, especially because of the colors, looked so much better
in IMAX for sure. Yeah. It was just that was a little bit odd, but they are able to escape because Lois and Mr. Terrific are there. They got the door open. They're able to get him out. Clark's like, "Oh, you came looking for me."
And then as soon as they're out, Clark has kryptonite poisoning all of a sudden and is very weak.
I thought he just had it the whole time, but adrenaline kind of.
Oh, okay, yeah, adrenaline. I'll take that.
Because I thought he had. I thought that was still there. He didn't heal perfectly because it wasn't a full yellow sun. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Adrenaline is a good.
I thought it was we got to get the fuck out now. I don't actually have time to. Deal with my illness. They go see Ma and Pa Kent in Kansas? Yes. Yeah, okay, just checking.
They go to Smallville. There's a scene with Ma and Pa Kent earlier in the movie where
they're on the phone.
Oh my god, and it's so funny. She's yelling. The phone is on speaker on the table and she's bent over yelling into it. And I was this is so my grandmother.
Yeah, it was very funny.
We just wanted to call to tell you we're so proud of
Congrats
you.
It's
Mom, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Please learn how a cell phone works.
Yeah.
I love them. Yeah. I love this version of Ma and Pa Kent.
I do too.
I love that they feel so Midwestern.
Yeah.
They feel so...
You were like, my family.
Where we grew up.
No. Not Calgary. Let's be honest.
But the farms around Calgary, yes.
Sure.
Not the accent, but the elder statesman nice farm guy. Oh my God, did they... when she kept... oh, you're just big mush. There's so much about them. Sometimes Superman's parents can, or his Jonathan and Martha can feel a little they try to make him like young and cool. You know what I mean?
Oh, sure.
Or like, I love that they just felt like totally normal people. They didn't feel like movie stars.
No.
Everyone in Metropolis does. Yeah. Everyone who works at Daily Planet, they all feel like movie stars in this movie.
Which feels very New York.
Yes,
right?
Yes. They felt like they were just two people you found in Kansas. Uh-huh. And obviously, like, I know they're both talented actors. They've been in other things.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The guy who plays Pa Kent was in Constantine, the Keanu Reeves movie.
Oh.
They just, the stark difference between Metropolis and their house was so worth it to me. And it really set up why this Clark Kent is the way that he is.
Yeah.
I completely understood why he felt off in some of the scenes with Lois and Jimmy, and he feels a little bit like an outsider as this like small town boy, and this scene perfectly established why that is.
Yeah. The scene between Clark and Pa Kent was one of my favorite like Superman moments, and I will say I'm not incredibly well versed in Superman as a character and like previous iterations of him, but like I just thought that this scene was perfect.
Well, when they put him in the bed, and my favorite moment for Pa Kent, the scene on the bench is so good, but my actual favorite moment is when he looks up at Lois from the bed and he's like, "Is our boy gonna be okay?"
Yeah.
And there's no reverence for Superman in it. There's no, like, my boy is... There's none of that. It's my son. It's stripped of the suit and the powers and all of that.
Yeah.
Is our boy going to be okay? And, like, that line delivery was just... It, like, I have chills nothing about it. It was the movie to me. You need these two scenes.
Yeah.
On the farm for this movie to work.
Yeah, I agree.
Fuck did they ever. Like, really, really good stuff.
Yeah. No, it was perfect. Like, this moment was perfect. And, Clark wakes up and Mom comes out. She's like, "You're going to want to see this
He's
on the
eating
TV.
Fruit Loops.
Yeah.
And this is there's so much good Krypto stuff in the movie, but my favorite is Krypto with the cows. Because I've sat in a field and watched that exact interaction.
Yeah.
Like, watching dogs interact with cows is one of the most wholesome things in the world.
Yeah.
And I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Yeah. So
the scene between them, him and his dad, though, that scene is...
It's perfect.
His dad being like, parents aren't for telling you who to be.
Yeah.
We're to give you the tools. And, like, fuck, man. Like, the scene on the bench is so unbelievably good.
Mm-hmm. He never invalidates how Clark is feeling at the time.
No.
Not once. It's not like, well, excuses or like you shouldn't feel this way or anything at all. It's just reframing it in a way that like is it like this is about him. It's not about them.
Well, and what
it's
he says, like, what you wanted that message to mean matters more than what the message said.
Yeah.
Right?
It says more about
you.
You, yeah.
And that's it's so good. It's one of the things that, like, this is, I think this, having seen it twice now, it's super new. This might be a prisoner of the moment thing, but like, I think it's my favorite Superman movie. And the reason why I think it's my favorite Superman movie is so baked into that scene with his dad.
Fair.
It's just so baked in.
Yeah.
To the hope and the truth of that.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what? People can tell you to be things. People can tell you, but it's how you actually want to interpret their message says a lot about you. And
that feels so Superman. Yeah. Like core to the essential themes of what Superman is and who he is.
Yeah. And so then it is big final fight time. Superman has to go to Metropolis because Lex intentionally rips open space-time to draw. Here's the problem with that. If Superman was unconscious for like another day, how long was Lex going to wait?
Until it got to a city he cared about. Those are his words.
I understand that Lutheria, the like idea of this country that he's going to have half of, is there's a lot of oil and worth a lot of money, but like
petroleum.
That LexCorp building has got to be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's already built. Like, you got that infrastructure there.
Yeah, he really like does not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yeah. He's like, oh, hopefully Superman is alive and well and awake.
Yeah. Hopefully he's around to come do this.
Yeah. But at the same time, Boravia is marching on Jarhanpur to liberate the citizens from a tyrannical regime.
So this was... we're far enough in that no one's going to watch all of this, right? This was...
Yeah, there's nobody here. No one's watching.
This was not about real life, right?
Well, see, here's the thing. When this was written, it probably wasn't exactly. It takes years to write a movie. You know what I mean? Like it. Like,
yeah.
Right. I just think the timing of it is very poignant.
But the Boravia Jarhanpur stuff is, let's just say it. It's about Luka Doncic being traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers last year, right?
I don't know what that means.
It's so clearly that. What else could it possibly be?
No, yeah, you're right. What else could it possibly be? That's a great question. I don't know. I can't think of anything.
Yeah. So it's definitely either Russia, Ukraine, or Israel, Palestine, and by either I mean it's both.
I mean it is. Yeah,
it's a little bit of both.
It's and/or.
But it's definitely more Israel, Palestine than either of those.
Yeah, and that's one of those things where again, like it was probably written before the realities of Ukraine has been going on for longer for sure. I mean,
so is Israel, Palestine.
Yes, I
would argue that Israel-Palestine's been going on longer, considering that conflict predates Ukraine existing as a country.
No, I know what you mean. I know what you're trying to say, but this like most recent like
since October 7th.
Actual conflict, this movie had to have written before that. Had to have been written before that. So they were just like, yeah, we're gonna, you know what, we're gonna lean into it. We're gonna really make sure that people understand the message of Superman.
Yeah, and the message of Superman is that Hawkgirl takes the Prime Minister and drops him to his death.
And he dies. Yeah, that is the message.
Billionaires are bad, and superheroes should kill the leaders of foreign nations.
That was certainly unexpected.
I do love that in this movie there's all this hand-wringing about how like Superman, you shouldn't have stopped the war on the border, and then there's nothing at the end of the movie about how Hawkgirl murdered the Prime Minister of Arabia.
Hawkgirl is like, hold my beer, actually.
I love the Hawkgirl scene though, because she's carrying him and he's like, oh, you're not going to kill me, you're like Superman, you're gonna stick me to a cactus, and she's like, no, I am not Superman.
Just I want to be like very, very clear that I am not Superman.
Which cuts to
him
falling to his death, cuts to Beck Bennett dropping an Alka-Seltzer in water. And that made me laugh so hard.
That visual was something else.
Yeah. The Jarhanpur of it all is what it is. And I am very curious to see what the reaction of pro-Israeli people is as this movie kind of becomes more global, more popular.
Oh, it's not great.
Yeah. Are they playing this movie in Israel? I wonder if that, genuinely, I'm just curious, like, what is that like? To go watch a movie where Superman is like, you guys are the bad guys.
I don't know, actually. I don't know how controlling Israel is of like media. Obviously, like China is the biggest one I can think of. Like, we don't play these movies. Like, we're very strict with the media that enters the country and the messaging that is portrayed. I don't actually know if Israel controls art like that.
Finn says with a lack of self-reflection, probably.
Probably. I would assume so.
They're watching it like, oh, this is about Russia. And Russians are watching being like, oh, this is about Israel. And they're just not connecting the dots at all.
Oh, yeah. I know someone who is pro-Palestine and also pro-Russia. Riddle me that, please.
Yeah.
I don't... That one's a fucking mind puzzle that you're never going to be able to solve.
It's just so, yeah, it's again, like, it's a movie that agrees with me politically, so it's easy for me to not have a problem with it.
Absolutely.
Because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, it is, to launch a new movie universe and be so political from the outset is, it speaks to the level of power that James Gunn has within WB,
and
right?
how big his balls are.
Well, not that so much. Like, he's always kind of been that guy.
I know.
But, like, you know, it speaks to the fact that the only thing surprising about it, because I've always known James Gunn as this guy, you know what I mean? Like, that doesn't surprise me.
Oh, no, this is not a shock.
But what is genuinely shocking to me is that the studio allowed it. And I know he's the head of DC Studios, but, like, he's not the head of Warner Brothers Discovery.
Right.
And I genuinely was surprised at how much the studio heads allowed him to be so explicit given the current climate.
Maybe he was like, oh no, this is only about like Russia. Like, we're allowed to like shit on Russia. Like,
yeah, you can make that argument to like someone who is an idiot, but like,
I'm not saying the execs are smart. I'm just saying maybe that was how he framed it.
Finn says there's no WB logo in front of this movie. Keep in mind, I mean, that doesn't matter. That doesn't change the fact that that they made it. Everyone knows they own the movie. Like, although apparently Warner Brothers and Discovery are breaking up, so who knows?
Oh, great.
They just merged.
That lasted
just merged.
Like as long as fucking Kim Kardashian's marriage.
Longer.
Oh, wasn't that like 80 days or some shit? Or
Yeah.
am I thinking of someone else?
I mean, but WB Discovery, they merged like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, just given the size of the movie, the only reason the politics did not surprise me at all, because if you watch Peacemaker, you know where James Gunn stands, right? Yeah. But them being allowed to be sort of so explicit, and the studio not having a bigger problem with it is very interesting to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We talked about this when Andor came out, that we were surprised that it was. We said if it had come out like 2 years later, it might not have come out the way that it did, right?
Sure, but Andor is even further metaphorically talking about things than this movie, which is like
straight up like throws Netanyahu to his death.
It's
like,
not explicitly Netanyahu, but it's like not Netanyahu. It's
pretty damn close. Yeah. No, some people are not going to like this movie, not because the movie is
like
good or
Dean
bad,
Cain.
but because they cannot handle what it says about them.
Yeah. Because Clark is an illegal alien.
Yeah.
Right? And Smallville has a great scene about this, where there's an episode of Smallville that there's a kid, I can't remember his name, but there's like a kid that Clark basically is hiding on the farm. And the police come by and they're like, we're looking for this like illegal immigrant. And his mom, Martha, is like, well, Clark, we can't protect this kid. And Clark is like, she's like, we have to like follow the law. And Clark is like, what do you mean follow the law? You forged my adoption papers. Yeah. And she's like, that was different because you're white. I mean, an alien.
Yeah.
And it's just a really interesting... It's so interesting that Dean Cain, who played this alien, didn't realize that he was playing an illegal alien when he played him.
That has been just...
It's been odd to watch.
Very strange.
Being like, God, Superman is so woke for talking about illegal immigration.
Yeah, dude, that's what it's about. Like, that is...
Yeah.
Every version of Superman, he is an alien.
Mm-hmm. But, like, if you think about, like, people's worldviews right now, like, there's got to be people who went into this movie, and when Guy Gardner shows up in Jarhanpur and starts destroying the tanks, they were disappointed.
I mean, yeah.
And I'm like, because that's a worldview, right? Is that they're like, well, no, like, we have to go, like, do this. And I'm like, but even Guy Gardner's fucking Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
And he gets it.
Yeah.
If he gets it...
If he gets it, then you are worse than Guy Gardner and his haircut.
I did like the middle fingers taking out the tanks.
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed the visual.
Yeah.
Also, Metamorpho joins the Justice Gang at this point.
Yeah.
Metamorpho showing up as a fucking sandstorm was cool as hell.
Banging. Yeah.
And then he brings out the giant fucking hammer down on a tank.
Yeah.
That whole scene was great. Hawk Girl, I know some people in the chat have said she screeches too much. I don't know. Her name's Hawk Girl.
Yeah, I didn't mind it, honestly. Like, I don't know.
I do wonder what version of Hawk Girl she is. Because she's also an alien.
Oh, okay.
In like Hawk Girl, there's some Hawk Girls where she's not an alien, but there is also a version of Hawk Girl where she is an alien. And so I am wondering which Hawk Girl she is.
Yeah.
Which comic origin they're going with for her.
Yeah, fair, because we don't really actually find out much about her. But oh my god, this scene.
Oh, the Hawk Girl lore is crazy, Finn. I can't even try to explain it to you right now because I will get it wrong because it's too
convoluted. Yeah. The fucking scene on the TV with the kids putting up the fucking flag and I
cried the first time we saw the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't cry
with the music.
I didn't cry the first time.
Oh,
I cried when the other two kids start running and the flag comes down and then the one kid alone stays and puts it back up.
Yeah.
I cried at so the first time we watched the movie, I cried at the Pa Kent scene.
Yeah.
I cried at that moment. And then I think those are the only two moments I actually cried. I did cry twice in the movie though.
Yeah.
And I cried once the second time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 3 times.
It's
2 days.
It hit hard.
So Superman goes to Metropolis to do the fight.
Yeah.
And he does the thing that every Superman movie does, which is, oh no, I'm in trouble, I gotta fly straight up. The Superman movies love to do the I gotta fly straight up as high and as hard as possible. Also, like Iron Man does it. Like men, I don't know what it is about men with superpowers who are like, I'm in trouble, gotta fly straight.
Yeah,
just gotta go straight up. The engineer is filling his lungs. She turns her hands into a cannon and shoots him at one point.
Yeah.
After the Ultraman kicks him in the balls.
Kicks him in the balls, yeah.
I don't know what her cannon shot him with.
I don't know, but fucked him up.
Yeah, it fucked him up real bad. I was like, why aren't you just using your cannon more? But so she fills his body with nanites. And so he is like, oh, I know what I have to do to get these nanites off of me. I have to fly up into the air and then crash back down into the ground. And that will fix this for some reason. And it does. I just don't know how he comes up with that as a way to solve this problem.
I think it was like a last resort of I'm going to hit the ground with as much force as I can.
But it only works because they grab onto him. If they had just let him fly away, he would have just died.
Yes, but my thought is that maybe like the engineer has to be there for her nanites.
Oh, there's like a proximity thing?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because she follows immediately.
Yeah.
Right? Like there has to be a
proximity.
Yeah. You know, like you get too far away from the router, the Wi-Fi doesn't work.
Wait, this brings up another thing that I thought was so funny. Because so the Daily Planet people all get in the T-ship and they're flying off. Beck Bennett's having a problem because he doesn't have a seat.
That's
the T-spheres are the little things.
Oh, never mind.
The T-spheres are the things he puts in the air. Perry is like, Perry White, chief of the Daily Planet, does not like to be called chief. Don't call him chief. Call him Perry. He was perfect. Genuinely perfect. Also, love that he is in both of the big superhero releases this year because he was a senator in Thunderbolts and he's in Superman.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But he's like, story's perfect. Post it, kid. Hands the computer to Jimmy. And I was like, how does that computer have Wi-Fi?
Hotspot.
Did Mr. Terrific give them the Wi-Fi password?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, or they hotspotted it. Well, actually, they're flying.
They're flying.
So, like, cell service would be pretty shit.
Yeah. And also, the city's getting ripped open. You really think the infrastructure is holding up?
No, I think you gave them the Wi-Fi password.
I think he gave them the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, he's gotta.
But I do love the idea of like.
But you have to like watch like a video before it will like let you.
It's airport Wi-Fi.
Yeah. You have to buy the plane Wi-Fi and you have to like watch something first.
But the ad is like Mr. Terrific being like really proud of his spheres.
They're not circles.
They're not circles. Circles are two-dimensional.
Oh, God, he was so funny.
Big Bang Theory says, how does Lois know how to fly an alien ship? Because the controls are easy and very intuitive.
Yeah, he says that. He says that specifically.
One of my favorite lines of the movie.
Yeah. And she's not great at flying it. Like, let's be honest.
But she's also not a pilot. So the fact that she can fly it at all, the fact that she lands it on the Daily Bugle roof is amazing.
Yeah.
She crashes it taking off, but she managed to land it.
She plays video games.
Crazy.
Yeah. She's really bad at the taking offs, but she's good at the landings.
Great at landings.
Yeah.
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 Not an alien. I know it's not an alien ship, but you know, it's like a saucery kind of.
Yeah.
Beautiful ship, terrible garage door. That garage door was on Instagram. That moment of the garage door going up. And so I was like, oh, they made this is a funny thing to make for Instagram. I did not expect that scene to actually be in the movie.
Oh, you thought it was specifically for Instagram?
Yeah, I thought it was an ad because on the like as the thing's going up, there's like text on the garage door.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just like a joke for Instagram because the social media for this team has been fucking incredible.
Yeah, I think they crushed it.
They got David Cornsweet, Nicholas Hoult, and Rachel Brosnahan to make more TikToks than any movie has ever gotten their leads to make in their fucking life.
Yeah.
Respect. And honestly, high quality TikToks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good shit.
But yeah, I was surprised the garage door thing was actually in the movie. I thought it was like a social post.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we got we're in the final fights and
Hayden Christensen shows up.
Hayden Christensen shows up. The moment where Superman like saves that woman and then like flies up above the bridge with all the smoke and
it's
light.
One of the best shots in the movie is him coming out of the smoke there.
Unreal. That like made me emotional. I was like, oh.
Second, if you rewatch that scene, there's so many people on that bridge disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I
to make her the last one.
Specifically, like had that in mind the second time we watched it. It's because her car is the only one that stalls.
I know, but there are pedestrians on either side running that are. There's no fucking way they ran far enough.
Yeah. And it's like, don't worry about it. It's fine. She gets her moment. But
yeah, we got a big fight. Planet Watch shows up. The Raptors are all there. Ultraman fight. The fight. Honestly, the fight scene's great. I really enjoyed it. I loved the Superman spinning, the him doing the spin to get all the Raptors off him into the spinning of the eye laser was great.
Yeah.
Crypto being in the pet shop was very funny, and then Crypto destroying all the cameras was great.
Yes, Crypto with the toys, very funny.
Crypto being the way in which Superman overcomes Lex's knowledge of him was awesome.
Yeah.
Right? Because it easily could have just been that, you know, Clark starts lasering the fucking cameras while fight, you know what I mean? There's any number of ways it could have gone.
Yeah.
But the fact that Ultraman's on top of him and he whistles and the only empathy he shows to Ultraman is that he does apologize for calling Crypto. He's like, I am sorry for this. This dog is a problem.
Yeah. 100%.
And yeah, the slow motion tooth shot from the trailer's great. Like the fight's just very fun.
It is. Yeah. I love the moment that was in the trailer, right? I'm doing important things. I'm doing important stuff here.
Yeah, it's just weird with the like clone dying the way that he did, but the joke is good enough that I just wish the clone thing had been handled a little bit differently so that I didn't feel as weird about the moment.
There were no questions about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's...
And so Clark goes up onto the Lex ship with Mr. Terrific rides Crypto, which would be I would not trust that dog.
Nope, don't trust the dog. Nope.
But Mr. Terrific rides Crypto. They get on the ship. Mr. Terrific goes to go input the code, and Clark gives the speech. Lex has given his speech earlier about how he understands that he's envious, but that he gives this, and it's a little on the nose, but I actually really liked his, like, you've got to understand that, like, my envy comes from the fact that you make me feel small. Yeah. And there's some truth in that I'm surprised he allowed out. At the same time, he also is like, I cannot believe they compare me to Galileo. I'm so much better than fucking Galileo.
I know. I was like, my guy. Wow, Jesus.
But then Clark gives the opposite speech, where he's like, the thing that makes me is humanity, man.
And what I fear, what I love, well, like all
I
of
fuck
those
up
things.
all the time, and I just keep going. And I wish you could see that, because you would be an amazing force for good on this planet if you could.
It's a really beautiful moment, and then Krypto beats the shit out of Lex Luthor, and I feel like a bad person because I fucking cackled. Like, like I feel like I'm not like
it is so the
it shouldn't be funny, but it is
Loki moment.
Oh, true.
But it's more violent because you know that Krypto isn't like somehow Krypto beating up Lex is more violent than the Hulk beating the shit out of Loki,
and is the most violent this movie gets.
I don't know. Hot Girl dropping Baravia is pretty.
I mean, yeah, I guess so. But it's played for again. All the violence is offset by comedy with the Alka-Seltzer, dropping into the glass.
Buster Barnes bringing up 1A. 1A. That is my favorite Nicholas Hoult moment in the movie.
Yeah,
him just yelling 1A and just that. Oh my god, the camera on him and the joy and like the absolutely like delicious evil on his face as he's just yelling 1A. It's great. But no, Krypto rips Lex apart. Honestly, Krypto was nice. The fact that Krypto doesn't kill Lex is a miracle.
I was going to say, the fact that Lex stood up and walked away is kind of incredible.
His arm's broken, but...
Yes. But, I was like, I know that this is played for funny and supposed to be funny, but, like, I feel bad for laughing, kind of. And, like, Superman's just like, no, Krypto, no, bad dog. Yeah, what am I gonna do? Like he's so just like done. He's like, I can't.
I can't control this puppy. I also love because he's like, I have to go get my dog and then we'll go to Lex. And Mr. Perfect's like, you brought the dog, and he's like, I didn't want him to kill my parents' cows, man.
Yes. Which was my first thought.
Me the fuck up.
No, that was my first thought when there was the scene with Krypto and the cows. I was like, oh no, those cows are in trouble. So yeah, I am glad that Krypto came along for the finale, because that was something else.
Yeah, it was great. And honestly, like the whole fight's great. The end of the movie's pretty solid. Inputting the code to just have the world restitch itself is fine. Like it's a comic booky thing. It doesn't need to be anything more than that.
Yeah, that's.
And then we get so Eve was kidnapped because she sent sexy selfies to Jimmy that had all the secrets in them.
And which was intentional.
Oh, was it intentional?
Yes, 100%. She's like, I have everything you need to destroy Luthor, and then she sent. How else is she going to get that information, right?
Yeah.
Look, Eve is done a little dirty by this film, but she's actually smart. Like, she gets herself into a shitty situation, but she understands well enough that if she fucks up, that she will get thrown in a prison in a pocket dimension and never see anyone ever again.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, cultivates a bank of, like, blackmail by pretending to be vapid and silly, right?
Well, and the thing I love about it is that Lex's downfall is basically like Andrew Tate shit, right?
He does not pay attention to her.
But it's not that. It's that he thinks... I don't think he loves her. I don't think he likes her all that much.
No.
He thinks that he has to have a hot blonde girlfriend.
Yeah.
He thinks that his problem is toxic masculinity. He thinks that he needs to have a supermodel on his arm.
Yeah.
And so he allows this person to have unfettered access to his shit because of this desire to be a like alpha male. And in trying to be that alpha male kind of personality, he fucks up, right? His downfall is ultimately that he has this woman that he treats as a trophy and not a person.
Yeah.
Because if he treated her like a person, this wouldn't have happened. He would have succeeded.
100%.
He would have gotten away with it.
He wouldn't be arrested as a literal traitor.
Well, he wouldn't have... No, Superman would have died. Like, the only reason why Lois and Mr. Terrific are able to go save Superman is because Eve tells Jimmy about the Pocket Universe.
Oh, that as well.
But if Eve hadn't told Jimmy about the Pocket Universe, then, like, Eve saves Superman both times. Well, she doesn't save him the second time. Eve saves him the first time.
Eve helps the first time around, but I do think that they wouldn't have known what the fuck they were doing without the nanites in Superman's blood to track him to where he disappeared.
Sure, but Lois wouldn't have gone to Mr. Terrific without knowing that he was in a pocket universe.
Fair, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So there's definitely layers to it.
So like Eve in both cases saved the day. Big Bang Theory says, I thought Lex loved the engineer, and maybe Lex did, right? But Lex's girlfriend is Eve because of how Lex views the optics of needing to have a hot blonde model girlfriend, because he actually cares for her.
I think it'd also be a little odd if the one person that Lex loved is someone who has no humanity left.
I think that I think that Lex's version of love being twisted enough to be like, I created her body, and that being the thing that he loved is very possible.
Yeah, I
right?
guess, yeah.
Because
I'm responsible for...
Because she's one of his greatest creations.
Yeah.
He probably loves Ultraman in that way too, right? Like,
yeah,
that,
like when...
twisted, like Dr. Frankenstein kind of...
Yeah, like when she got knocked out and hurt, like, was that, like, care for her as a person? I don't think so. I think it's care for one of his, like, most prized inventions.
Yeah.
Getting broken. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very complex. Again, like this movie is subtle as often as it is very
a hammer.
It is both of those things. And I think it's part of the reason why it's so successful. I think overall, like this movie, like is probably an 8 out of 10, but my enjoyment of it is a 10 out of 10. Like, we've nitpicked at things, we've poked fun and explored issues with the movie, but I still thoroughly enjoyed both times that I saw it.
Yeah, that, and also like I want these characters more. Like, if this movie did anything successfully, it's that I want a Mr. Terrific movie. I want a Guy Gardner TV show.
Yeah.
I don't know that I want... Here's the thing. I think Nathan Fillion is perfect as Guy Gardner in this movie. I don't want him to lead anything.
Yeah.
I don't think that Guy Gardner should be the lead of anything, except a series, which DC's already done with Kite Man Hell Yeah, kind of aped the Guy Gardner becomes a bartender to like superheroes thing, but it's a bartender to supervillains.
Right.
I don't need him to be a lead of anything except maybe like a sitcom about Guy Gardner running a bar and like the superheroes of the DCU show up, which would be fun. Mm-hmm. But like I want more of this hot girl. I want to see all of these things more, and that to me is why it succeeds as the start of a universe.
And I want more of Clark and Lois's relationship because it's more very imperfect in this film, right? I loved that about it. There's so much to explore there. There's so many places to go with it.
Well, one of the things I like about this as a start for a universe is that I don't need all of these characters to be in the sequel.
No.
The Daily Planet ones I want in Superman 2, but like if the Justice Gang characters go off and do their own things in this universe, they're set up in a way where they can all move on to different projects and they don't all need to keep showing up for Superman 2. Yeah. I don't need it to be the same structure, right? Yeah. And so I think that James Gunn has left himself a great runway to build from and for this universe to grow from. I'm so excited for Lanterns. Obviously, someone in chat mentioned Guy Gardner shows up in that. Big Bang Theory did. So like Lanterns is going to be really fun. Mm-hmm. I love that cast. I think Supergirl I'm very excited for. Yeah. And where everyone else shows up, I don't know. But like, I'm not going to lie. I don't want to wait 5 years for Superman 2. I really don't. I think that they need to, before they worry about Batman and Wonder Woman, they need to get Superman 2 in production. Because what you don't want to do right now is start where Marvel currently is, where you never know where the sequel for a movie is coming. Yeah. No, they need to, because everything is new in a way. It's new, but it's not new, right? Mm-hmm. They have to build trust with the fan base, with the audiences. That the sequels are coming. That they're coming, they're going to deliver. And that, they're all going to be watchable without having seen a bajillion other things to enjoy them. Yeah. Because I think that that's one of Marvel's biggest problems right now is, like, what are all the things that I have to watch to understand this thing that they're putting out? Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Peacemaker 2 comes out in August, so that's going to be fun. Super stoked for Frank Grillo's going to reprise his role from this and that as Rick Flag Sr., which is really interesting, because that means that the Suicide Squad takes place in this universe, because he's pissed that Peacemaker killed his son.
Oh, yeah.
So that kind of implies that, like, Harley Quinn, like, Margot Robbie Harley Quinn is still Harley Quinn in this.
Look, I'm fine with that. Although, like, I don't know. She's probably kind of, like, aging out of that. Like, I don't think... I think she's gonna be doing other stuff.
I mean, Harley Quinn can get older, but, like... I don't know that Margot Robbie's going to want to keep doing Harley Quinn. She's done, what, 4 movies now?
Yeah, sorry. That's what I kind of mean more than...
4 movies?
At least 3.
Yeah, because she's in Suicide Squad, The Suicide Squad.
Birds of
Prey, and is there another? Oh, no, maybe it's just 3 movies.
Still, you know.
Yeah, because she like just might not want to. It is the problem with the Suicide Squad being like just Peacemaker season 1 is a little bit easier to work around because you can recast a bunch.
Yeah.
And even in that, the Justice League are like in shadows.
Yeah.
But the Suicide Squad becoming canon to this universe is a weird kind of is a weird casting.
There's
thing.
some shit you got to figure out with that.
Like,
one, yeah.
Does Viola Davis want to be Waller more? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Great movie. Had a lot of fun.
I love it.
I hope it makes money.
I'm happy to say that it's like a little bit messy.
Mm-hmm.
I whatever. If you've got criticisms, I made fun of stuff in the movie today. Like I pointed out plot holes and day-night problems and things like that. But like ultimately, I don't give a shit. I loved it. I will watch this movie 30 more times and I will love everyone.
Yeah.
It's not boring. Some blockbusters now are so formulaic that like I literally am bored because it's you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
And there's nothing boring about the movie. It is so fun. I love Rachel Brosnahan. Nicholas Holt's Lex is great. David Cornsweet is perfect as Superman. Like I
really think so. Yeah.
The casting of this movie is exceptional, and I loved it. I genuinely loved it. Even though yes, I can see that there's some holes. Like those holes are just not relevant to what brought me so much joy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I would rather feel this way about an imperfect movie than be like, technically it was great. I was kind of bored. But,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the reality.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the reality for me. Is I would rather movies, and this is how so many movies, my favorite movies are.
Mm-hmm.
Star Wars, like the original Star Wars: A New Hope, there's plot holes.
It's not perfect.
There's things we've been joking about for fucking 50 years as a fandom.
Yeah.
And I don't care because when the Death Star blows up, I'm entranced.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what this movie, it's not quite Star Wars for me, but like it feels like it's in that kind of camp of like, look, we could as a fandom tear this apart for the things it doesn't do perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But we'd be missing out on the fact that, God, does it make me feel good about humanity for the first time in a while?
Yeah, there's a point to it.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, this movie's very hopeful, and I needed that.
And the point isn't, it sucks to be Superman. Which is always my biggest problem with Man of Steel, is that that movie just makes it, even though that movie is very well made and it's beautiful and Zack Snyder does some great stuff in it, the movie makes it feel like it sucks to be Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always been the thing I don't like about his DCEU, because I like Man of Steel more than you do. Like I think I like Man of Steel a lot more than a lot of people do. But my biggest problem with it, and the reason why I don't love it and why the Donner films will always be better for it than me, is it just made it seem like being Superman is such a drag.
Yeah.
And that's not really what I want out of these movies.
Yeah.
I don't want a movie where it's like, yeah, being super sucks. Great. My life sucks. Why would I want to live with that? This movie's like, hey, if you're a superhero, you can kill a leader of a nation. And Frank Grillo will be in an office going, I guess they make the rules now.
Jesus Christ. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, we got to talk about the end. Okay. Remlern just said, I really love the end where Clark looks at videos. Yeah, because they at the beginning of the movie, he's like, do you want me to play the message from your parents? And Clark's like, yeah. And at the end of the movie, he's like, do you want me to show you the video of your parents? And Clark's like, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
And it's his childhood videos of him and Ma and Pa Kent and him growing up.
Yeah.
And specifically, it's Pa Kent going, everything he sees for the first time.
Yeah.
And just the joy and pride in his heart at that. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
God, that was good.
Yeah. It's
the post-credit scenes are both fine.
Yeah, not much.
Krypton
honestly.
and Clark looking at the planet's fun. Everyone's been bringing this up online, but the final post-credit scene being the set picture, the Mr. Terrific Superman set picture of them from behind that went like super viral because we were like, oh my god, first look at, and to find out that was them shooting the post-credit scene is so funny to me now.
Yeah.
As if like Mr. Terrific could have put in the code a little bit better and it would have lined up properly.
Yeah.
It's funny. But yeah, the movie didn't like bank on those to set up future films. It was just this movie was this movie.
Yeah, they were a little extra tidbit.
Yeah.
I didn't need Marvel level of we're gonna do this sometime that maybe you'll get. Didn't need it. Was glad not to have it.
The kiss
movie stands well on its own.
When Lois finally says "I love you" to Clark, and then they fly up in the mall and kiss. Well done.
Very well done.
That scene was romantic as hell.
Yeah. The only thing that was weird about that moment is there's a moment where they pull back and it's like Clark smiling, and his face is so weirdly airbrushed
in
that shot versus most of the others that it was very odd. I was like, oh, baby face. Hello.
Stephen Gamble says, how you feel about Supergirl? I really wanted Clark to ask her about the message. That's interesting.
I mean, she was there for literally like 25 seconds and then left.
Well, no, but the fact that like he's been like this message is my guiding light for years, and she's like, oh no, your parents wanted you to take over. Like, how much does Kara know about their parents?
Well,
that's a great. I haven't even thought about that.
Yeah. I mean, she literally shows up drunk, gets beaten up by Krypto, and is like, "Bye, bitch." Right? Like, you know, like
that's why that dog has behavioral problems.
Yes.
No boundaries.
Yeah. Which not wrong. But I'm so excited for more. I'm so excited for Supergirl. I'm so excited
love Millie Alcock,
for yes, Millie Alcock. Like everything about that.
She looks great in the suit.
Yeah, like made me so excited for what's coming next.
You know what I thought was gonna bug me was the Justice Gang suits. Because they bugged me a little bit in the trailer. In the movie, I actually didn't mind them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they looked good. They're nothing, like, special.
Yeah,
I do love the cloth. That is very funny.
Yes.
But
I would like for Hawkgirl to get her a nicer suit. Like,
fair.
A more, like, comic-accurate suit. Guy I don't care about, but I would like Hawkgirl to have a nicer suit. And Mr. Terrific's... I mean, Mr. Terrific's is mostly just the undershirt, because the jacket is very... is his comics jacket.
Yeah.
And so his looks the best, but Threx says if she was 12 when Krypton blew up. Yeah, it's not like she was like 12 years old and her parents were like, you got to find Clark and
get Clark some bitches, you know? Get him
I don't think they were like, you need to get impregnated as much as you can by human seed.
Yeah. Oh, God, yeah, that's a weird one.
There's things you don't tell a 12-year-old until they're older.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm really excited for Supergirl and
I'm stoked.
This version of her, and I thought she was in the movie just enough. I didn't. Yeah. I think if she was there more, it would have been another thing to add in. That's like this movie was trying to clip along, and I think it already sacrificed some stuff to do so. I didn't need any extra Supergirl.
Yeah,
that's for her own stuff. That's for future movies. That's for later on to explore.
It was just too long to make it a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it had to be in the movie. Because post-credits, it's a full scene.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am wondering what he's getting healed for in that scene, but...
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. I loved it. It made me feel good. And it made me feel hopeful. And that, to me, is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few weeks with Fantastic Four.
Fuck, yeah.
I know, we got 2 huge superhero movies coming out back to back.
Another, like, God, we're going to have to compare it to the last one.
Will
it be better than the Ian Gufford Fantastic Four?
I should watch that before we see it.
Have you never seen it?
I remember we talked about this. I was like, I'm pretty sure I was, like, at a hairdresser appointment and I maybe, like, watched parts of it with, like, the sound off. You know what I mean? Because I have seen things from that movie, but I do not remember anything about it.
I wonder if it would be worth it to react to it. Just to get in on that sweet SEO goodness.
I don't know. I don't know if that really interests anyone. We
are going to do Naked Gun because neither of us has seen Naked Gun. So the week after Fantastic Four, we will be dropping a reaction to the original Naked Gun to try and get in the SEO for that. Because I've never seen the original. So
yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be back with a spoiler chat for Fantastic Four. That'll be, I think, on the Monday that it comes out. We usually do these on Mondays to try and give people
the weekend
time to see it, but we couldn't do it tomorrow.
I did not think we were going to go for 3 hours on this.
You always say that.
You're
always like, I didn't think we were going to go X amount of length, and I'm like, I did.
Here's the thing, I could go for another 2 hours. I have so much to talk about in this movie. Like, Molly, so good. That actor, I loved him.
Molly.
The guy who dies.
Oh, yeah.
I loved him. I look, the Baravian Prime Minister is like such a gross kind of weird role. I thought the guy playing him crushed it.
Yeah.
I thought his performance was like note perfect every fucking step of the way.
Yeah.
Right? Like there's more flowers I could throw at this movie. I thought a lot of the CGI that I thought I didn't comment on it in the trailer because I didn't want to jump on because everyone was they were like, the CGI looks bad, and I was like, look, it's not going to look this bad in the movie. When you see it in IMAX, it looks great.
Looks great.
If you see it in standard, some of it's fine.
It's fine.
This movie, I'm not going to lie, chat, because we saw it IMAX Thursday, standard Friday.
Yeah.
It was not an insignificant downgrade.
Yeah,
and
you notice it.
This is the most I've ever seen a downgrade from IMAX to standard ever. Like, the IMAX version of this movie was significantly better to watch.
Yeah, agreed.
And that was very interesting to me. It might also just be that our local theater, the standard screen isn't very good, but the IMAX one is very good.
Yeah.
So, like, that might vary depending on what theater you're in.
Yeah.
But significant downgrade.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, we're not covering Sandman Season 2.
Yeah, sorry. We already posted that we're not going to watch it. It's not even that, like, because on some level, I still love that story, and like I feel for all of the actors and everyone involved. Like, so many people are involved that aren't Neil Gaiman, and I do feel for them. I just don't know that I could sit there and watch it without thinking about it right now.
Yep.
And I don't know that it would be a good reaction because I don't think that I could have. I don't think I could be genuine.
I will never be able to watch the Calypso episode ever again.
The Calypso episode in particular is so creepy in hindsight.
It's incredibly fucked up.
Yeah.
And
it's so telling of himself in a way that I wish I'd known at the time. But...
Yeah. And so, no, unfortunately, there is not a way that I would be able to sit down and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And
I might watch it one day, but like I'm not interested right now.
No, not right now. No. Yeah. Everyone else who has been on the show that we enjoyed in season 1, they have been phenomenal. You know, I hope that they're dealing with this okay. Cannot imagine what it's like to be them right now. But we wish you all the best.
Oh, damn.
And, you know, hopefully some of you are able to enjoy season 2 because...
Yeah. Oh, I have no problem with people watching it at all. I just didn't... Yeah. You've got to understand, like, when I was younger, Neil Gaiman was, like, one of my favorite authors.
Yeah.
American Gods, The Ocean at the End of the Lane, but particularly Sandman. And Sandman to me is the graphic novel. And what he did is just, it's so, the shit with his kid in the room, and like there's just so much to it that is so beyond gross. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. Ironheart, we have not seen any episodes past episode 1. I don't think we're going to react to it because it was our worst performing thing in a long time. Yeah. And I want to finish it, but we have a lot of priority stuff that we actually want to like get up. Murderbot will be up. Murderbot episodes 4 and 5 will be up tomorrow.
Yeah.
They're going up for Patreon tonight, and for YouTube members tonight, and then they'll go public tomorrow. And then Murderbot will be going up all week. The D&D movie from 2000 is going to go up. The I think
wait.
Final Destination Bloodlines will be up in the next week here. So lots of movies.
Oh, the patron pick, yeah.
Lots of movies. We'll be covering Peacemaker season 2 in August, and some other stuff. But
and that's really all we have time for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a lot of great movies dropping too. So we're trying to keep on top of it all.
Yeah, I think we're gonna save Jurassic World Rebirth for a reaction, so we're not gonna see that in theaters, unfortunately.
And I don't think we're gonna go see 28 Years Later, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Although I haven't seen people talk about it much online, so I don't know if it's worth reacting to, but yeah.
I want to watch it. Like
I want to watch it too.
We just watched 28 Days Later for the first time in years, and God, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
A little bit long.
Yeah.
I forget about how long it is after you get to the mansion.
Yes, that part.
But it is a great movie.
Is a little bit long, but other than that, I think it's very well done.
Yeah. Jason, I understand you'd love to see it. The problem for us is like posting stuff that like repeatedly posting stuff that doesn't crush in the algorithm is really tough on us. It just hurts us financially, and I didn't love the first episode. But everyone keeps telling me that Ironheart gets better as it goes.
Here's the thing. I think there is a world in which we watch the rest of it and maybe react to the finale. If we're like, damn, this show really like got good.
We'll react to the final. I would do the final. I would do like first and last.
Yeah, we could do a first and last, unless we're like meh on it.
Well, I've heard the final 3 are really good.
Okay.
Like, well, I've heard that the first 3 like lead up to the end of the 3rd episode being good, and then it takes 3 episodes to get into it, and then the final 3 are really great.
Yeah, and if the finale doesn't do well, that's not the end of the world, but posting a bunch of videos that don't do well in the algorithm really kind of fucks the channel, which it really sucks that that's how YouTube works. Well, I wish that each video stood on its own merit, but it is what it is.
Finn says, yeah, don't spend time editing if it's not doing well. It's not that it's not actually time. It's that we pay Brandon to edit.
Yeah.
And so
it costs us money.
when a video doesn't do well, like Ironheart, we lost money on.
Yeah, right? For sure.
And so when things just lose money, we don't just keep doing them.
Yeah.
Because the way we make money is if people are interested in it.
Yeah.
And so there's this weird thing where it's like, well, if people aren't interested and we're just paying to do it, it becomes this tough like math equation for us of like.
Yeah. And so, some stuff gets cut. But we'll
like
definitely...
Willow. Remember Willow?
Nope, don't remember Willow.
Those reactions are still up on Patreon, and you can't follow
watch
along because the show doesn't exist.
Took the show away.
Yeah, it's wild.
Threk, is there a plan to continue Evil Baldur's Gate 3 run?
Yeah, so the reason we're not doing it right now is because we want to do this, but next Sunday we will do Evil Baldur's Gate 3. Then we won't for 2 weeks, unfortunately.
We are gone.
Because we're not in the country.
Yeah.
But then the week after Gen Con episode, so next week will be episode 3, and then 3 weeks after that will be episode 4.
Yeah, the Evil Baldur's Gate run is going to be a little bit sporadic. Especially when we start moving. Mm-hmm. It's going to be an off again, on again thing, but
we're going to do our best.
We're enjoying it. It's not going anywhere. It just won't be super consistent. So sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of everything. Tomorrow I will be live 11 a.m. on the Nerdy Wordy Book Club channel covering Onyx Storm.
I'm so sorry.
As I crash out violently about the things I don't like about the book. Sorry, Rebecca Yaros. I liked Fourth Wing enough. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't hate it. And so it's going to be more about, like, the missteps, I think, in, like, the handling of the franchise ongoing and not just sitting there to say she's terrible at her job. I don't think that that's what it is, because I think the first book is very successful for a reason. But I do think Onyx Storm has some problems, and I want to talk about them and how I would have fixed them. Which is maybe a bit pretentious, but whatever. On Wednesday, we will be live with Tusk Love at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
On Thursday, I will be live on this channel doing Donkey Kong Bonanza, the new Nintendo Switch game. Mm-hmm. Friday, Rhythm of War Book Club.
Yeah.
Saturday, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sunday,
Baldur's
Gate Evil Run.
Yeah.
Lots of streams this week.
Busy week.
Make sure you tune in, subscribe to all the channels. Make sure you subscribe to this one. We're on the hunt for 100,000. And thank you to our mods for keeping us in check and keeping the cast of the audience from being too mean to us. Is there anything else you gotta plug or throw out there, Clarus?
No, that's it.
Yeah, you gotta go get ready for tomorrow. Big day.
Yeah, big day.
Big day for Clarus tomorrow, y'all. I cannot wait for you guys to find out why. Rip Pato says, want more K-pop reactions? We are gonna start posting more K-pop reactions.
Yeah, some more like music reactions. It's fun and it's easy to do. And it's
and the one today did very well.
Yeah, right. So it's just we're trying stuff. So if you have any recommendations, you can comment on the videos or come to the Discord. There is a whole recommendation channel in the Discord. Feel free to let us know what you would like us to see.
Yeah, we got 44 new subs off that K-pop video.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, thank you guys for being here. This was very fun. We'll see you.
Thank you so much.
Later.
If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave me comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry. We must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is... Can we give it to Eve?
Yeah.
She deserved better.
Yeah, she deserved better.
Honestly, Eve, you deserve better than Jimmy. But Jimmy apparently might have that, magic dick. So,
yeah.
I don't know. If you want to follow us around the internet, you can. I'm at nerdynightly.
I'm at Claris Polaris.
Do something nerdy tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.
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 There we go.
Oh.
Look, we spoke about this movie for 3 hours. If we missed anything, I think it's a credit to the movie that we could talk about it for 3 hours and miss things.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Good job, James Gunn.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, I hit stop recording and I didn't hit stop streaming.
Well done.